alive.
He
Come
burns.
on, YouTube's.
Jazz hands.
Yeah. Yep, jazz feathers. You got Gary, how many chicken fingers do you have actually? I got lots of chicken fingers at work. How many fingers do a chicken have?
Well,
That's a good question.
More than you want to know.
depends on how small you cut it up, I suppose.
No, that's just crazy talk now.
But
See, I thought he'd say 10, but it must be some weird ass number.
Chickens have as many fingers as buffaloes have wings.
that's right.
Buffaloes only have 2 wings.
What?
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. They're like hummingbirds. They just flap so fast that they can get the buffalo. They can get up off the off the ground. No big deal.
All about the speed.
Lies.
So,
all lies.
What's going on? Let's see who the hell's out there. Sorry I'm late. Had a bedtime mishap with a little dude. Took a little time to get him in bed. We went to a late movie. We went and saw Littlefoot, a cartoon.
That's still playing?
Yeah, it was at the cheap theater. I like to take him to the cheap theater. It costs us him and I cost us like $12. And we get in, we get some popcorn, we get some drinks. It's like $12. It's great. And he doesn't care. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty neat little movie. Abe's out there. Moo, what's going on? Jumpy. YP's out there. Obnoxious, what's going on? Warsaw. Psycho. Caleb. Jorge. David Bowling. If any of you guys want links, let me know, or one of the other guys know. They can give you a link.
Mm-hmm.
Rich is out there in here. Ape, you're out there in here. Melvin Nut, what's going down? Angelina's out there. Long time no see. How you doing? JBP, how you doing, John? Rob D, what's going on? Seven Wonders, how you doing, homie? Seven Wonders, if you would want a link or something, I got a little bit of space in here. If you'd be interested, let me know. And Calaveras, you're out there and in here. So what's going on, everybody? What's new and unusual? I got a couple of little topics, but I don't have anything major planned. I will say it seems like there is a ton of stuff in the news. We got people trying to get into the country, and we got all sorts of weird stuff going on in Detroit, and we got, I don't know what else, man. Gun crime is up in Canada. Maybe the Mexicans just skipped us and went right around and up there. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we'll talk about it. I didn't get a chance to listen to anything today. Rich, I saw you were on. I listened to your show for about 10 minutes. Yankee was live today. I saw Matt went live today. So, if anything interesting happened, let me know. Roll call, what's going on? Roll call's talking about his sack out there. I'm not really sure what's going on. Vanessa Kitty, Rob D, falling on rebar just to get it in. I don't know. Maybe I missed the beginning of that story. I don't know. Calaveras, what's going on? You're first. What's new and unusual? What are you doing?
Nothing really new or unusual here. Just behind enemy lines, trying to avoid the Gestapo.
Yeah, how about it? Anything on the books? Anything new out there in the California IA? Or is it same old, same old?
At this point, same old, same old. Although our governor-elect is, even more of a whack job than the previous, so it is going to be very interesting over the next few months.
Ape, what's going down, man?
Over the next few months.
Seriously?
I was just looking because Seven Wonders said, I realize not all of you love me, but with what the hell, 6 thumbs down's very disappointed. 6? You're either doing something real good or real bad if you got 6. So I guess that is yet to be determined.
Well, right now it's 10 thumbs up, 6 thumbs down. So I'd say we're beating the odds.
Oh.
What's going on?
We'll see. What's new?
Not a whole lot. Passed up on Star Model BMs at my local gun shop, but I got something on order instead. So, otherwise, not a whole lot. It's just full of turkey.
That you were thinking about buying one. I thought for sure about it. Now you out there talking about guns you're not going to buy. What the hell? 9 thumbs down. All right. Hey, one more. We got 10 thumb up, 9 thumb. You know what? I'll give myself a thumbs down, and now we're all even going into the final stretch. Gizzard, what's going on?
Well, other than the fact I practically froze to death today,
What? Oh yeah, that's right.
and live to tell the tale. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. I just dug my car out a few minutes ago and got all the snow off of it so I could go to work in the morning. Not real sure why, but it pays well. So, that kind of stuff. Other than that, and living the dream, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. I just threw. Looks like Dead Horse threw a Hangouts chat in, but I'm not sure if that's the same one. It's different than the one that I just put the Hangout link in there. I don't know if it
Dead Horse. Are you trying to draw people off to your chat there?
Oh, so you got something going on?
Dano? I don't know. Dano said, "Can I get a link?" And
Stealing it. Yeah.
Dano,
that's an old one.
Threw a link. I threw a link.
Sausage?
Yeah.
You put Dano in a room by himself. Why? What did he do to you?
Nobody puts Dano in the corner. Now all we got to do is get him in Night Strike's blue dress and do one of those lift thingies in a dance, and you got yourself Dirty Dancing.
Yep.
So there is a link in the Gun Channels chat. If anybody wants it, go ahead. You got a little bit of room in here. Dano, if you want it, jump in. If anybody else, as far as I'm concerned, if you're a Gun Channels member, you're good to go. I'm glad that you got your feathers all warmed up there, Giz. How did George fare?
You have some really low standards.
George? George kind of kept me warm, man.
You make him some hot cocoa and you're good to go.
Did he just claw into your neck and you went, it's warm at least?
No, he pretty much stayed up on my arms and some of my hands. My hands got cold was the worst thing. I had 2 or 3 shirts on. I was bundled up, like I was outside. Had a whole bunch of candles burning, trying to get some heat off those. Like I had a seance going on in here or something.
Yeah.
And it was kind of creepy looking, but it's what it is.
You weren't dancing around with your head chopped off, were you? Going chicken or rise chicken or rise.
Yeah, put the mask on and all that stuff. It's kind of cool.
Well, George is big enough that if the shit really hit the fan, things got ugly, you could always pull a Star Wars and cut him open like a tauntaun and crawl inside. I'm sure he would. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I mean, he's your buddy. That's what you do for friends. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say cook them and eat them.
Nah, roast Ewok isn't all that great.
Yeah,
but I think we all know that in a fight between George and Gary, George would probably win.
I guarantee you. He fights dirty.
Oh, you think I'm Tauntaun? I show you how to be Tauntaun.
He's got teeth, by God.
Yeah. Grim, what's up? What's going on? How's school? You still off? You got to go back to school? What the hell's going on over there?
School? It's a snow day. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's snow out
school?
there. Ours is melting. We got a nice warm day today.
Oh, no. We got 2 or 3 inches of snow, man. They canceled tomorrow already. Wow. It's hectic. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Dad's getting all shit-faced tonight. Oh.
I know.
We want to have who has the most snow?
Are you getting any by you over there, Dano?
I got a foot, and it's still coming.
Oh man, I'm glad I'm a little closer this way.
We had that one a couple of years ago where we ended up getting 30 some inches or something crazy like that, and then It was 5 or 6 years ago that were like a day apart. And we got like a truckload of snow with one of them, like 20 some inches with one. And then like 2 days later, we got another 14 inches or something like that. That was a mess. It just gets to the point where there's nowhere to put it. You know, people are just, that was a nightmare. That one was bad.
And it's
One of those where
November. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. 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 So Dana, what's going on? Where do you live? I can't remember where you're at, Dan. Dana.
I live far north Illinois, opposite side of the state of Chicago. I live very close to the Mississippi, about 30 miles from Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, you're way up there, huh?
Yep, way up there.
So what's going on with you?
Not that you could
What's
call me
unusual?
That'd be half right.
You're a cheesy guy.
Yep.
So what's going on? What's new in your world other than snow?
I work weekend nights, kind of a third shift thing. So actually, I'm very glad that it's snowing right now because it's my excuse as to why I'm not working.
There you go.
So, but I worked Friday night and Saturday night, and that was very, very good. Did pretty well because I do contract driving, rideshare driving. So you never know how things are going to go. I can go out and come back with nothing. I can go out and and have a pretty good night. It's roll the dice, but it's my choice, and I like it that way.
Yeah. Very cool. Thanks for coming, Patriot. What's going on?
Just another day in paradise, living the good life.
You getting any snow there?
I haven't seen any. I've been inside for a while.
Smarty.
Now, was that a smart ass joke, or are you really not getting any snow?
It's supposed to be coming. My daughter's hoping for a snow day, but I just came up with a plan. This spring, I'm gonna put together an AK. I just decided just in the last 5 minutes. So I might have to do some kind of webcam and have one of the gurus help me out, but I'm gonna do it. So.
Yeah. And what do you mean put together? Like, what are you gonna start with?
I'm gonna get a kit, tear it apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Sounds like fun. They had a chat. I don't remember when. A couple of days within the last few days, and they were talking about it. The difference between the kits and all that kind of stuff, and I just decided just like 5.5 minutes ago. So, so if you still need to get in your blind challenge videos and do that, so I can get this all this swag out of my house. I got some room to start figuring out where I can get these bootleg parts.
It's gotta. You just what you got to do is you go to gun shows and you just pretend like you're bumping into a bunch of stuff, and then you just start filling your pockets up with shit, and when you come home you see what you got.
Well, you see that we're supposed to get that snow, so we probably won't have any gun shows in the near future.
We got one coming up in a couple of weeks, and then we have the outdoor show. So.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna find me a kit. Let me know, and maybe I'll send you a bunny AK patch.
I asked G if he was ever going to make any more of those, and he hasn't gotten back to me. I think he's ignoring me.
I think I got the only one left. So.
Son of a bitch!
What kind of patch is that again?
He's got that pink bunny AK pearl patch, the one with the bunny that's like, holding it above his head, like running and laughing. And I want that one. I want that one so bad.
Got you.
I gotta wait. One of these times I'll get something cool. I trade you for it. But
actually, Patriot, what person you should probably ask is AWAG.
Yeah, that he was the one in the chat.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll probably
Oh, that might have been. Was that Thanksgiving night? Maybe.
I can't remember. They're all kind of a blur, turkey and nasty green bean casserole. It kind of warped my brain for.
And then losing
get
one of your
the
cheese
cold
balls,
shivers.
it's just been a traumatic day
Yeah.
for you.
That bacon
Yeah.
cheese ball, I'm
I
telling you.
did find out it was left in the vehicle, and it's cold out, so it's going to be fine. It's not in her bedroom or on the counter.
Yeah,
Setting
on
on
the
the
couch
radiator.
somewhere.
No. I just figured out what happened to the cheese ball. It heard you say snow. It said, "Oh no, fuck that shit," and took off for the border.
Probably not.
So,
hello, everybody out there in the chat that I can't see.
Good.
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you right there. Right. There you go.
Warsaw,
Sorry.
I saw what you brought up, and we'll get to that. We'll do that first as soon as we. If you want a link, I never got your email last time. If you want a link and somebody has it, or it's over in the YouTube or in the gun channel side, go snag it and jump in here if you want to talk. Taters, what's up?
Hey, I just got home from work a few minutes ago. If anyone knows where to find cheap, like M16A1 clone parts, other than like the Brownells retro parts, let me know. I'm piecing together A1 clone.
That might be a good one to put up on Arms List and Craigslist and all that kind of stuff with under the wanted. Because that's kind of some of those weird things that you might have somebody has some stuff in their closet in a box underneath a bunch of other stuff. I know I had that happen with some stuff for my AK that I took off of my AK that I was never going to use again. A guy at work was talking about it, and I was like, oh, I got an extra grip and I got an extra hand card or whatever. Sold it to him cheap.
Yeah, so far I've got furniture, buffer tube, buffer spring, buffer, bayonet, and a magazine.
Well, there you go. Hit up Taters for some parts. Rich, what's up? How was your show today? What'd you guys talk about?
A lot of stuff. I mean, we had some rather interesting questions come from David, and then we had a little argument about how to fund school security again.
Argument?
I'm on that show. So.
Does David know you're just using him for content, for inspiration?
It was his idea.
Oh.
So,
What are you paying?
I ain't paying him anything. He's the one getting free information. You should be paying us.
Ripping them off, man. It's a shame. People these days. Rupan, what's going on? What's new and unusual?
Yo, I picked up a Bobcat BW5. It's like an MP5 clone.
Huh.
It was 1,081, and they put like a fake suppressor on the end, and it looks like a 3-year-old booger welded it on or did something with it. And it looks like a 3-year-old finished it, but overall, it actually doesn't. The Bobcat weapons is made by Century.
No, I said so. It looks like it was made by Century.
Oh yeah, it looks real bad. Actually looks it looks so bad. I want to Form 1 it and make it an SBR. It looks that bad. I can still see some of the tri-lug, like the way it looks all weird. I don't have it. It's in my safe right now. My fiance's asleep, so I'm not getting it. But I am kind of looking for some pre-94 mags. If anybody's got any, get with me offline. But I was gonna say to Patriot, hey man, I got a. I know this sounds real silly, but I have an AMD 65 screw build kit with a welded like 16.1 inch barrel that's already been pinned properly and head spaced. But I have a 80% receiver that I haven't built. So I don't know if you'd be interested in doing a screw build. I have the screws, everything's all ready. You just have to drill. You have to make the receiver yourself, and then screw build it. And I would suggest tack welding the screws on there.
Okay, I'm always down for screwing.
But I know that'd be an easier way for you to get in on it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Think about it.
that's instead of doing the rivets then.
Yeah, because the trunnions are already threaded for the screws.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
I would you would have to clean everything up with lots of brake clean. Then you would have to seat them with like red Loctite, and then I would suggest tack
Yeah.
welding. And you'd also have to
That's-
drill all the holes in the receiver because the receiver has no holes in it.
Okay. I just have to figure out what piece of pie.
Well, I have things to do that with. I have markers, like
All right.
what are those called? I have the template, the plastic templates that you don't use to drill through. You just use them with center punches.
Oh, okay.
I got those already. So
Patriots got crayons if you need crayons.
Yeah, I've got plenty of them.
So it
All the crayons, midnight.
I know a lot of people say screw builds are this terrible, terrible thing, but I think I got like 1,000 rounds through it, and nothing ever came loose. So
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Cool.
thanks for having me, Midnight.
Yeah, anytime, buddy. Anytime. So, Warsaw out there is, and there we go. He is saying Article 13 is a legislation bill that is trying to be passed on England. I mean, maybe he means New England. That will affect YouTube worldwide. Oh no, maybe it is meaning England. That will affect YouTube worldwide in every nation. It censors and deletes anything on YouTube that's in it. Violation of copyrights and many things.
I thought that passed a while back, where it just says that there's no more free or fair use. Fair use doesn't exist anymore for images. It's a way that it's a way they want to destroy all memes.
Well,
And
no.
any-
I thought it was the EU, not England, that's trying to push it through as a
Oh,
way of
yeah, you're right,
taking power away from the big evil corporation.
Yeah, I could be mixed up. Yeah, it should have been EU, but it might be a different Article 13. I don't know.
I do remember
Look it
reading
up
something
here.
about the EU either proposing something like that. I don't know if they passed it or not, but yeah.
Well, let's see what it says here.
I was pretty sure they did. I just thought it was pretty nuts. Like, hey, we don't like memes or fake news, so
I think it was
Well, I'll tell you.
content also.
Yeah.
Reading.
Memes are really. We were talking about this one time with I was talking about this with G, as he was talking about the gun rights policy conference and how a lot of the guys weren't really necessarily up on how effective some social media things can be as far as like memes and just the goofy stuff that people do. Memes are an really effective way to grab attention, maybe to subjects or things that are issues, I guess is a good way to say it. You see a meme and you're like, okay, that's kind of funny, but I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. You do a little research, and next thing you know, you're learning, you're learnifying, right? So it says, the European Parliament has voted in favor of a controversial new copyright directive that could force tech giants to do more to stop the spread of copyrighted material on their platforms. The European Union Directive on Copyright in the Digital Single Market, to give it its full name, is designed to update existing copywriting laws for the internet age. Oh shit! Where did that go? There it is. Simply put, places more responsibility on websites such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, to make sure that copyrighted material isn't being illegally shared on their platforms. Until now, the onus has mostly been on the copyright holders, usually the companies that produce audio, video, or written content, to enforce copyright protection under law. And the new law, this responsibility will shift onto the major platforms themselves. One more thing for them to try and monitor and probably do a shitty job at doing it. At the heart of the directive, the on copyright two distinct divisive articles. Article 1113, link tax and meme ban. Articles mean the platforms will have to pay a fee to share a link to a news article and have to start filtering and removing memes. So they're actually going to put, so if they don't do that, if they don't pay, then they'll probably be, I would imagine they'd be fined. They're going to get their damn money anyway, somehow. But the directive on copyright isn't law yet. It has to go through a series of steps. All right, so I don't know how old this article is. I mean, it could be, maybe it has November 3rd. This is from the 13th, so I don't know if it's passed since then or not.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts though when you want to like. I read in an earlier article that if you even to share like a blogger's post, you have to have like specific permission from the blogger to share like something from their post, and it's like so they don't even want so that way like I guess they could not just memes, but if you have like the Daily Bugle, Caller, whatever random made. I'm not saying those are made up, but made up news source number 1, 2, 3. They can stop you from using an image without having specific permission listed on the page that you are allowed to use an image from a major news source, which could totally bottleneck anybody from putting out any news.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to go as far as to have an issue with what like I'm doing literally right now, which is reading somebody else's article. You would imagine like something like this has been put on the internet for people to read, but because I'm reading it on my own show, and I didn't give them credit, like I never said who the hell I got whose article this is. I wonder if that would be an issue. The article 11, the link tax, intends to get new aggregator sites such as Google News to pay publishers for using snippets of their articles on their platforms. Press publications may obtain fair and proportionate remuneration for their digital use of their press publications by information society service providers. Blah, the directive states. No one is really sure how this one would work either. How much of the article has to be shared before a platform has to pay the publisher, so that it seems like what else is there? Article 12A might stop anyone who isn't the official organizer of a sports match from posting any videos or photos of that match. So videos or photos. So right, like if you would show a picture of an athlete, that wouldn't be okay. Just a picture of an athlete. It's crazy.
Yeah, and where am I gonna? Well, the two things is real funny. How am I gonna find new hip memes if I can't see it from half of? Sorry, but another silly thing is that memes have birthed from this that are not copyrighted material. So they take regular memes and they like draw them with an iPad stylus, so they look really shitty and weird, and then they put like EU compliant meme, like they've drawn a frog that looks enough different that it can't be hit as copyright for Pepe. And I don't know. The people have been making like recreating popular memes by either using text or by using like really silly drawings. I don't know. I don't have any here. Just search EU compliant memes.
Yeah. I just put the link in the chat. It's from the Wired. The Wired or Wired. I don't know. Yeah, that's nutty, man. So, what steps? It's basically like 1, 2. How many we got here? 3. Warsaw. As soon as somebody jumps out, we will. If you want a link, I'll shoot you a link.
I'm probably about ready to go midnight.
All right, that's cool. If you're good to go, Warsaw, you're on Gun Channels, yeah? Links in the Gun Channels chat in under my page there.
All righty. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, stay
Have a good
warm,
one,
yeah.
Gary.
See
No,
you,
I-
see you, Gary.
Revolver says, I guarantee you it's because the only way more conservatives get attention, news that get attention is through social media, but it's right. But it's on a left-wing site, and they're trying to silence it right. That's not a bad point.
The question is, do you think this would be another YouTube apocalypse where they're just going to apply this with a broad stroke to everybody?
Oh, my God. It'll be a
Oh, yeah.
mess. It'll be a mess. Well, you think about how many times – think about it. How many times on a chat do people screen share? And they screen share a website. They screen share guns or car. We did it on Thursday night. We were sharing like military vehicles and all that stuff. Like what's okay and what's not. You talk about sports figures and all that kind of stuff. If that wouldn't go through, it's crazy. But how do you? Who would? How are they going to police it? Are they going to send you an email? Are they going to freeze your channel until you fix them? It really could shut down like a truckload of people.
I'm just going to have to blame it on Project Zorgo.
I think what I've been hearing, it's kind of like YouTube just going to kind of cut off the EU from who's echoing.
It was echoing a little bit. I'm not sure who it is.
YouTube might just cut off the EU from certain content that's not produced in the EU.
And that's what Budget just said. I suspect that our stuff simply wouldn't be shown in the EU. I guess that's true.
Doesn't Facebook and all that do that already with the Saudi Arabia and all that other nonsense? Korea?
Well, that happens here with certain stuff too. Yeah, it's supposed to. I think. I mean, I'm sure there's still some crazy stuff out there.
I mean, for the government, I thought it was for the government of Korea, one of those places that they said that they had Facebook, censor stuff so that it wasn't shown to their people. So.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine they want to keep people as closed off from the rest of the world as possible. There, I'm sure keeps them in line. I guess Ghosts out there, Snobs out there. I say Budget's out there. We already said that. YP Ashley's out there. What's going on, Ashley? How's it hanging? Snob's wife. Yeah, like 30 people watching. Very cool. Like I said, Warsaw. If you wanna jump in, the links in the Gun Channels chat. Just don't use Dead Horse's link. Okay, you'll get stuck in a room by yourself.
He said he doesn't. He's not on Gun Channels.
Yeah. Well, what the hell are you not on Gun Channels for? You damn fool.
That's his own fault.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he said.
You're not part of our cool club, and you want to be in this cool club? No.
I do have just a side note. Gun Channels, one of the reasons, and there's several that it was originally set up, was so that we could all go to one place to find out, okay, who right now is either about to set up a chat or has a chat going, and how can I get in? So just trivia.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why we plug it at the end of nearly every show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
There goes the neighborhood.
Ah, shit.
Crapper. Cheese balls.
Speaking of
That's
cheese
where they all
balls,
end up.
Ghost is in the chat.
speaking of crusty cheese balls, what's up, homie?
Maybe not.
Armament. Oh, now he's going to be quiet.
All right, you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can. What's going on, buddy?
Man, I just come back from my buddies watching The Walking Dead. Had a couple drinks. I got to get up early. Dude, I've missed your invites so many times because life's busy and it's about to get not busy because I live in northern construction. But I'm hoping I can jump in. If I'm just going to hang out for a second, I'll probably jump back in the chat. I just you sent me the link. I want to drop in and say I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, you are the funniest troll I've ever met.
I'm the trolliest bastard ever. We yeah, you're always welcome, man. I pretty much I send a truckload of links out. Whoever the hell jumps on, jumps on. It's late, so some people pop in, pop out. No big deal. So yeah, we're just talking about that weird ban on like putting anything on the internet. Can't put anything on the internet anymore.
Oh man, just
It's either a copyright infringement or it's mean or they call you a liar, liar, pants on fire, or
trolling.
Yeah, what happened to freedom of speech?
Well,
I mean,
has that ever existed in Europe?
Ban the
In
EU.
all honesty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what do you? No.
What's your guys' thoughts on the caravans at the border? Curious.
Oh yeah, well that was
Send
one
them
of the
north,
things we're
freeze
going
them
to
out.
talk about next.
Yeah, you got idiots falling off the walls and impaling themselves on rebar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, Rich, I caught your podcast right before I was leaving. I'm like, ah, crap, and I had to go. But good to see you, brother.
Yep.
Patriot, I muted you. I think you were echoing a little bit. Dead Horse says, "Make napalm great again." There you go.
No.
Uh-oh, Ashley's push says, haha, try and stop me from posting stuff on the internets. On the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Steve Jobs is a ghost. They're going to get you. Yeah, that was one of the things my wife actually texted me. I had the little guy out today. We were out doing some running around and went to a movie and went and got a piece of pizza before the movie. And she texted me, asked me if I had seen that. And yeah, they're chunking tear gas at people and all kind of stuff.
Where's that at? Who's chunking tear gas? Where?
Mexico, bro.
Oh, at the caravan.
At the border. Yeah.
Well, look, I don't. A lot of people. This is just my take. I'm one guy. A lot of people are immigration, migration. Look, I'm looking at it as an invasion. It really, you just cannot let this mass of people. It is an invasion. We don't know what's in that group. That's something to really think about. So,
I think it's. I mean, there are. What's funny is, it's kind of like when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? Because there's been so many. There's rules, there's ways, and there's policies to vet people, and they're supposed to go through
port of entry,
the systems to become a citizen, right? You're supposed to go through a certain spot. You're supposed to be, vetted or whatever the hell they are. I don't know. I'm just a cook, but it's been so lax for so many years. I feel that now all of a sudden it's getting so much attention, and they're trying to, people are expecting them to now do their jobs, and people are like, well, why do you want to do it now? Almost, it's kind of weird. Like, screen's locked on me. That's weird. I don't have it locked on anybody.
Well, a lot of times it'll just lock on if whoever's talking.
Yeah, it's not. Here, I don't know. We'll see. So, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll see. It's not.
It was locking on, not the person talking, but for Dano and me, it was just locking on, I think, Patriot. And we'd have to manually select.
Yeah, it's
going. We had to jump out and jump into.
Who here wants to hit Google with a hammer? I mean,
yeah, I know. And for me right now, it's just showing me also. So I don't know. Maybe it's happened before for sure. I've had it happen before where people and then all of a sudden it'll clear itself up. We'll see if it clears up. It clears up. If not, I might even I'll do that and see if that helps out. Yeah. So people are all of a sudden freaked out, and I mean, it's crazy that people want people to just be able to come into the country, or they want that and don't want to admit it.
No, I don't think anybody is supporting. Yeah, we're just a big Holiday Inn.
No.
Come on
I think some
down.
people support that. I think some people support that.
Yeah, they do.
Well, there's this thing called the European Union that I think they might feel more comfortable in then.
Yeah. Maybe maybe that's what we could do. Maybe instead of taking people in, we should take the money that it would cost to take people in and give them a plane ticket and send them to another country. See where do you want to go? You want to go to England? There you go. Psh, there you go. A couple $100, bam.
Now, I get a little bit different of opinion, but I think that people should be let in, but I don't believe that there should be a welfare state. So, without the welfare state, they're not going to really want to come in. I mean,
because of the bureaucracy, and those are two mammoth aspects of our bureaucracy. The chance of getting both of those to change to make it work is below zero.
Here's the other thing too. You know, I want people. I'm for legal migration, and a lot of the libs get set. They try and use the mindset of back in the day. Oh, everybody came here, but everybody went through the process and became. Look at Scotsman. He's still going through it. Okay. Now, letting people. Yes, I am for helping people, but just to open the border and let people in, and like you were saying, Rupan, no welfare. A lot of them won't want to come here, but I'm still thinking a lot of the ones that are coming here are not coming here to find a job and be part of productive society. There's something other than just a mass migration of people that want freedom, and I'm worried about that.
They're coming here because they're already getting paid.
Yeah, I'm 52 years old. I've been seeing a lot of crap going on, and it's like this is kind of making me scratch my head and worry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm for migration, but just do it through the channels. This is the thing too.
I live in a blue part of a blue state, so there's shitloads of illegal people here. They've been here for years. They steal social security numbers. They assume shitty identities. They do all sorts of crazy shit. So
for people that look historically for justification for bringing in people, and they look to the past, during those times, we still had something called the frontier. Large swaths of this country that had yet to be fully discovered. Regardless, as far as their resources, that's been gone for a long time. That's no longer a justification to populate the country.
All right. The thing is, back in the 1800s, when people were coming here legally, there was jobs for them. If you didn't speak English, you could still get a job. Now, what kind of jobs do they get? We don't have that pluck chickens and all that other stuff. You know, that was back in those days. We don't have that anymore. It's all technical. You know, if you don't speak English, what? You know, there's legally. So that's how I was
more of a skill
and
thing.
Besides, my dog was snoring. That's why I kept flipping up.
There are still unskilled jobs out there. It's just not in the numbers or the ratio that there was 100 years ago. Most of the jobs now require some skill. And the vast majority of these people have no skills.
And how do a bunch of poor, oppressed people from Honduras and Guatemala and wherever the hell else they're coming from make it all the way across Mexico?
And riding on any vehicle they could. I seen them riding on the back bumpers of semi-trailers.
Oh, well, they were all supposed to be walking, if you know. That's what walking. They're all walking.
Yeah, them poor immigrants.
How about the Mexican response? How about the Mexican response from a lot of people there? Libs trying to blame Trump for how lots of Mexicans did not like it at all. Yeah. You guys hear about that?
Well, did you see the some of the pictures that have been coming out where Mexicans are pulling the caravans off the wall and beating the crap out of them?
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of those people might end up disappearing. I don't know if those people really knew how Mexico plays with a lot of BS.
Well, if they got dirt on the Clintons, they're going to disappear. Okay, I'll shut up.
Well, I'll tell you. You know, honestly, people that some of the people that are probably the most mad, the most upset about it, are people that came here from other countries and did it properly, like Scotsmen or people from Mexico or Honduras or wherever the hell they're from.
You ever heard of El Tendo?
No.
El Tendo Fabrizio. He's come from Italy. He's just now got his citizenship like 6 months ago. So, yep, he's just as pissed as we are.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's addicted to He-Man.
I know El Tendo is a good friend of mine.
Yeah, He-Man's a toy guy. He's a toy guy, just like Matt is. So but
He-Man's in good shape, and he wears those cool fuzzy underwear. So I can't really blame him.
Hey, leave him alone.
Fuzzy underwear is comfortable as hell, unless you get fleas. Then it's something else. Crabs too are bad.
I didn't know they made as many Skeletors as what El Tendo has. I think he's bought every damn Skeletor that survives. If you don't believe me, look at his Instagram.
Oh yeah, look at his YouTube. Like I said, man, El Tendo's a good dude. Yes, he is. Just like, come on, Mr. Matt, never enough. Look behind
him. Worse than Matt. He's worse than Matt.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the only reason why Matt is not to that level is because Matt is cheap.
Yes.
It's not like oh crap, I don't have this particular prototype of this doll. Well, let's go on eBay. Ooh, $200. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's like $200. Fuck, man, I could get how much vodka I could get for that. I could get an AMD for that.
Yeah. Matt thinks the recreation Starscream is too expensive. I have 2 of them.
Oh, that the Wally World limited edition things?
Yeah, I bought 2 of those. I have the Hot Rod and I have the Devastator.
Oh, here I thought you got one to play with and one to leave in the package.
Yeah, I got 2 of the Starscreams, one to play with and one to leave in the package.
See?
Now, if only I could convince somebody that the same thing should work for guns.
There you go.
Yeah, but Matt doesn't think that people should be collecting toys either. He thinks they should all be played with. So.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's, there's it's kind of like the island of misfit toys, right? Like a toy is never truly loved until, I don't know, what is the rest of it?
Play with.
Yeah, it's loved by a child or something like that.
Yeah, speaking of which, Rudolph is on Tuesday.
Well, I'm taking off of work for sure.
Got to pull
I
out.
want to be a dentist. Shut up, you.
You want to be a dentist?
I don't know. And you slip on some non-slip surfaces. I don't know if I want you doing that when you got some sharp, pokey object in my mouth.
That's the best way to get the tooth out. You just grab a hold of it with the pliers and step on half a banana peel that you probably dropped anyway. You banana muncher. And bam.
For the last time, I only eat banana-flavored tofu bars.
Tooth's out?
Tooth?
The Bumble.
Jimenez tooth? What about Jimenez tooth?
Yeah.
Tooth bars.
Tooth bars. They're extra toothy.
You got to feel sorry for that Bumble, though.
Yeah.
Along with Stallwell, they need to be removed from politics. Stallwell, which was that's the nuke, that's Mr. Nuke, Swallowwell.
Yeah,
Swallowwell, something I think.
Swallowwell.
Swallowwell.
Ashley, I don't know. Banana flavored.
What it is.
She says banana flavored tofu bars. Ashley says I can't control this guy. I don't know. He's got
nobody puts monkey in the cage.
You're not a monkey.
So Warsaw, what's up?
Oh, not a lot, man. Had trouble getting on, man.
I saw somebody hit me up on my phone on Hangouts. I don't know if that was you or not. It came up on my phone. I didn't answer it. I don't know what the hell that would have done. But I don't know if that would have thrown us into some sort of weird, chaotic hangout or something.
Warp.
I don't know. So.
Well,
who knows?
I thought we already were in a weird, chaotic hangout.
Patriot's dog is chasing him off of the chat. He says his dog's snoring too loud. He's gonna go. All right, buddy. I'll see you. There's a little space here if anybody else wants to jump in. So what's up? You got you interested in talking about the Article 13 or whatever it was?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was getting off work today, and just apparently one of my friends was telling me about. I was like, what the hell is Article 13? So apparently I looked it up, and it's an old article. It's been out for like since 2006, I believe, and they must have updated it this year because now they're like pushing more YouTube restrictions on everything. It's like, what the hell's going on now?
I'd be interested to see if Ashley J out there, do you know anything about it? And if you do and you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to jump in. But I mean, with her and the other her cronies running Gunstreamer, I'd be interested to know if they have any info on this and what they think about it. Because it is for sure, if it's not just going to be YouTube. I mean, it'll be everything, you know.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, YouTube, we've all seen it. Everybody getting strikes for nothing at all. So I'm wondering if this is the thing. I found out the other night that Gunstreamer does run through I think it's Amazon's server. So when is it going to get to the point where they're just going to restrict it to the point of there's no freedom of speech kind of thing? And yeah.
Ashley's saying know anything about what? We sort of started off with it's called Article 13 in England and the EU. It's basically a legislation that would it strengthens copyright laws like crazy. Where if somebody was, it puts the copyright laws on the platform. So like we all, like damn near everybody on YouTube, it seems like, shows, clips or audio or something like that from, other platforms or places. It also made a note about even to the point of using photographs of athletes and how that would be a copyright infraction. It also, you basically, if somebody used it on the platform, that platform would be responsible for paying some sort of dues or not a fine, but
a royalty.
Yeah, there you go, royalty.
I was just going to say, I just had this conversation with another YouTuber the other day, and we were talking about using like little movie clips and shit like that. And it's like, you can get away with X amount of seconds of it. But other than that, now, if they crack down on us, you're not going to get away with anything. See what I mean? And you're going to have to pay royalties if you use one little snippet. Because we used, it was the things from Wayne's World, It Will Be Mine, oh yes, only we're talking about a gun. And it's less than, it's probably about 5 seconds. You know what I mean? And the guy I was talking to was telling me, he's like, yes, you're allowed X amount, but then it goes over into copyright infringement. And so,
yeah, it's like a certain number of seconds, I think.
Yep. So,
yeah, Ashley 8 put in the article that I was reading from. It's just one article. I didn't really do any research. I didn't look at multiple articles or anything, but there's that. Take a look at it. Pull it up. Take a look at it. It will, it could affect, if something like that happens there. Now, what somebody was saying, which makes a lot of sense, is they will, YouTube would just stop, showing content in or being available in England. But that's pretty crazy.
Just England.
Well, it's the EU, so it's whoever that. It's at all 5.
Didn't England just vote to leave the EU or tell them to go pound sand?
Yeah, I don't know. I know they were doing some vote on it, but I don't know ever what came of it.
All I know is it will kill the platform, and every nation will be affected, not just England. So, yeah, it's going to be bad if it ever leads to that.
I could totally and 100% see Canada doing that too.
Why? Because they're mostly part English?
Well, no, because of what they've done with hate speech.
Oh, yeah.
As a comedian, you go up on stage, you make a joke about somebody, and somebody feels that it's hate speech, then you are a criminal. And what's the difference between making a joke and making a meme? Nothing in their eyes. So yeah, that will, if if it goes anywhere in England or wherever over there in the EU, it will filter every other places for sure. I mean, the Middle East and somebody talked about Korea and whatever. I'll bet you there's not a whole lot of places that it wouldn't spread to, and pretty quickly.
Yep.
I think everybody just got thin-skinned. They got way too thin-skinned because, yeah, I don't know. Oh, you can't make fun of this and that and that. But you can make fun of this and whatever. And honestly, it's getting to the point where it's like, well, I can't say anything anymore. I might offend somebody.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And I'm the kind of guy, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I mean? I'm you know, I deal with things emotionally a lot of times. I'm not afraid to say it, but
you're one of the best jokers I've ever met. Like I said, we go back and forth in the side chats all the time, and you're I've told you many times, brother, you're the funny troll. You got a good heart. You just some of the stuff you say just makes me laugh, man.
And at some point, it has, like, at what point does the line keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter? And you know, where you can't do anything, you can't say anything, you can't, you know. Ashley says, I'd imagine that would affect us if the U.S. were to adopt that. And I have to check it out and ask Austin. He knows more about the copyright stuff. Yeah, look into it, man, because it could, if it does take hold in one country, it will take hold in countries that are like them. I mean, if you see it in some of the European countries, you'll see it in Canada, I guarantee it. And you look at countries that are still kind of dictatorships or whatnot. I mean, if it takes hold in some country, you don't think, like, you know, North Korea or Mexico or, you know, Venezuela or whatever, they're not going to be like, well, that's a great idea. Well, holy shit, let's just arrest everybody or fine everybody into non-existence.
Well,
you
they
know,
already
for
do
making
that. North Korea, Venezuela.
Right. Yeah, true.
They probably got the idea from China.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, China doesn't even use YouTube. They actually restrict using it.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Does anybody think there's a single Mel Brooks movie that could be made today?
No,
maybe High Anxiety.
Blazing Saddles.
Somebody who's afraid of heights will get offended.
Blazing Saddles, no way. Blazing Saddles. Oh, History of the World Part 1, no way.
I don't think any of them could be made today.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Spaceballs, maybe.
No, I was just going to say you wouldn't even be able to. That's what I was going to say. Spaceballs.
No, because the only reason why Spaceballs was able to be made is because Mel Brooks was able to talk to George Lucas, and under the agreement of the Mel Brooks movie would not put out any merchandising, which is why that's kind of a little bit of a bit in the movie. But now that the mouse owns it, it's like, no, yoink.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they can do what they want. George Lucas gave it up, but, you know, he sold it for a really, really, really big chunk. And can you blame him? Mm-hmm. But Spaceballs, this is the thing. You know, you look at the religious, you know, he's a Jew, you know, and you look at all the stuff in Mel Brooks's movies, and you couldn't get away with like a tenth of that stuff today. You just did. Oh, the snowflakes would melt. It'd be a flood.
Yeah,
I think Fred out there.
They'd accuse Spaceballs of being anti-Semitic.
And that's funny because
a Jewish princess. Funny, she doesn't look Jewish.
Yeah.
They claim, they already claim Ben Shapiro's anti-Semitic. Well, I think Ben Shapiro is a Jew. So, I mean,
well, that just tells you how the left thinks, right? I mean, really? What? Do you guys use common sense? Do you really look at what's common sense, right?
Common sense is not a common commodity.
I was just going to say, it's not as common as you think. And honestly, you look at how some of these left wingers look at stuff, and it's like, what? I don't know anybody that thinks that way.
You know what are you smoking? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, some good crack, maybe. What?
They are way too thin-skinned and too sensitive, and now they're going to be mad at me for saying that.
Well, the one
Sir,
thing
I have a skin condition. It's very rare.
Or how about Rob?
We know why you have a
said
skin
F Trump?
condition.
Yes, because I'm covered in hair and someone let the fleas out. The itching is incredible.
Because of the bacon cheese balls.
There you go. Revolver says, serious question, can people in North or South Korea even watch YouTube? There is
South Korea, yes. They are one of the most how would I put this? Like internet melded.
Yeah, South Korea is one of the most westernized countries in Asia.
Yes. North Korea, it's if you're a high level party member, maybe.
It says there is basically I think what happened, I know a couple of years ago I heard something about it where everything pretty much filters through a government platform.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever comes out the other side comes out the other side. So
that's communism. Everything goes through the government. Right. Everything.
I'm sure the only thing that comes out, it probably comes out looking like They Live, where you're just getting subliminal messages about being good and doing what you're told,
How crappy everywhere else is. That's what goes through.
Yeah.
You guys have it better than everyone else in the world. Be happy you're alive.
Well, I'm sure some people are.
Well, honestly, though, you think about this. When you restrict people from what you can watch, what's out there, and you got to think about this, man. We live in a digital world. We are all connected. And when you restrict people from seeing what the rest of the world's doing, and some of it's like, come on, Jersey Shore and Real Housewives. Come on, that's garbage. Point is, though, when you restrict people from the internet, which is people like us talking and communicating, and when you restrict people from that, they don't understand. And like you were just saying, the government says, "Oh no, do this." That's communism. I mean, to the point of control. And if you don't let people open their minds, that's what we get, right?
And that's their perception of the world also. I mean, you think that is how it is everywhere else.
Yeah.
It was pretty so I took my son to the movies tonight, and we saw, like I said, Smallfoot. And not that I'm sure nobody gives a shit if I give away a kids movie, the plot to a kids movie, but it was very much like The Village in a way. If you remember M. Night Shyamalan Salami Dong.
What a twist!
What a twist, right?
Anyway.
So basically, it was, and I didn't, realize this till the end, obviously, because you get towards the end and you realize it. But I was like, oh, it's a knockoff of The Village for kids, with abominable snowmen and Yetis and stuff. So they get to the where he says, Obnoxious says, is Die Hard a Christmas movie, or is it the best Christmas movie?
Oh, here we go.
One of the best.
Yeah, it's one of, or nothing. It might be the best. I don't know. So they these Yetis come in contact with people, years and years ago, and people kill the Yetis. So the Yetis decide to go at the top of the Himalayas, and that's where they can survive because they know the people can't come there. And that generation of Yetis tells the rest of the Yetis after them that the top of the mountain is floating, and the cloud layer that below them is there's nothing below that. If you go below that, you'll die. It's nothingness. And they basically they build this sort of like a factory to produce steam that actually makes the clouds. And it keeps, the Yetis, they look down and all they see is clouds and are like, oh my God, that's true. You know what I mean? They don't know any better, the young Yetis. and they have these young Yetis, or all the people just live in this like utopia, and all they do all day is things. They do their little jobs. And, you know, one Yeti is the one that rings a gong. And when he rings the gong at a certain time, that's when the sun comes up. And they think that if he doesn't ring the gong, the sun won't come up. And other Yetis make these ice balls and they dump them down these little holes. And they don't know what it does. They don't give a shit. They just know that's their job, you know? So you find out at the end of the movie that they're basically all the things that they're doing, almost all the things that they're doing, go down into this unknown little factory that makes steam. And then some of the Yetis, you know, come down and, you know, whatever, they learn that people exist and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, they try to hide it from them. The one Yeti has all these little tiles, the stones, and everything is written on the stones, and they have to obey everything. And it says, like, you know, what they're supposed to do. It's very, it's pretty neat. It's actually a pretty cool movie to watch because, it kind of goes back and forth and makes you think like, okay, these little Yetis are better off in their own little world, and everything is good and everything is happy, and they live by the rules, and there's no crime, and everybody's doing their thing. And then they learn that, you know, people are bad, and they killed them and at one time, and that's why they went up there and they hid, and then they decided to come down and they made friends with the humans, and everybody, you know, drank hot chocolate and everybody was happy. But it was an interesting little movie as an adult to watch it, especially people that are listening to this. And, you know, kind of, we know that rules upon rules upon rules upon rules will not save you from the evil of the world, right? So it was super interesting. I would suggest if you have kids, it's a goofy little movie. It's kind of, you know, whatever. It's, my son liked it. He's 4. He'll be 4 in like 2 days. Wait, he'll be 4. He's 4 right now. Holy shit, it's today. It's pretty neat. Dead Horse says, sounds like flat Earth propaganda. It's kind of, it's definitely a little propaganda film in a way, but as it goes, it kind of, you know, as an adult, as the movie goes, you go back and forth from it a little bit, and then at the end, it's like, all right, I kind of don't know what they're trying to promote. Are they trying to promote something very left wing, or are they trying to promote that you can't that you can't rule with an iron fist and have it work out, you know? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. So it's called Littlefoot or Smallfoot, because it's basically a movie written as the characters are all Yetis or Bigfoots. So when they meet a human, they call them Littlefoots because they're not Bigfoots. They're whatever they are. To them, humans are the oddity, obviously. So check it out. It's pretty fun. Check it out if you can go watch it cheap. We watched it cheap at the cheap theater today. It costs us $8 for the two of us to see it. But if you can catch it somewhere, catch it. You know, it's pretty interesting.
Sounds interesting. I'm just going to say that the Yeti figured out that they weren't sheeple.
Right, and that's what happened. He met a person, and the person turned out to be, you know, a good person, and they became friends or whatever. And yeah, so it was definitely. I mean, I really, at the beginning of it, when I saw how they were portraying their little society, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna annoy the hell out of me. And I'm going to be like, all right, because they're going to live happy, and nothing bad's going to happen. And they're basically teaching kids that all you have to do is listen to the rules and not think, you know, and basically like the eldest would just point to the tile that said like, you got to do this or you got to do that. And they had to obey, you know, and they were happy to because their life was good. And then as the movie, I thought, oh shit, this is going to be really weird, and I'm not going to like it. And then at the end of it, towards the end, it started like they gave up the tiles, they gave up, and they decided that they're going to let everybody know the truth and all this kind of stuff. And it was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. So even as an adult, it's pretty interesting to watch. If you're a closed-minded person, you probably wouldn't probably wouldn't like it so much. But as somebody that's pretty open-minded and can look at both sides of thing without my head exploding, I liked it. So, yeah.
But was there any Yeti on Yeti violence in the Civil War?
Well, they did cast out the one Yeti that said he saw the human for the first time, and they didn't believe him. And they cast him out. They banished him for a little bit, because they didn't believe him. And even though then you find out that the elder knew that people do exist. He knew that. He was the only one that knew that, and he cast him out so that you get rid of the person that's pointing the fingers. And what was cool was there was three characters that were like, they formed this society to find humans because they believed humans were real, because they found like a boot and like a ski jacket one time. So they went on the hunt. They used to go hunting for them, even though people, they were like the ones that bucked the system. So it was pretty neat. It was actually some really adult undertones, and very, very interesting to watch. I honestly was like, kind of thought, I was like, man, I'm going to be in this movie and I'm going to have to fight to stay awake and play on Instagram or something. And I found myself watching the whole movie as an adult, and paying attention to the situations and stuff like that more than anything. It was pretty cool.
Okay, so what you're saying is, while Josh Gates was on Expedition Unknown looking for the Yetis had their own version of Josh Gates looking for us.
Yes. Basically. Yep. That's kind of, that would have been, that's kind of what would have happened. Yep.
Yetiception.
Yetiception. Yep. So it was pretty cool. I don't know, if you got kids, watch it. Even if you don't got kids, and it's, and you see it's on TV or something for free, watch it. It's pretty interesting, actually. So, next thing, Detroit ammo tax.
Fun.
Ammo tax.
Ammo tax.
Stuff's always happening in Chicago and Cook County.
I was gonna say, we're sharing the wealth there again.
That's actually for the entire county.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Ridiculous.
Ammo tax and background checks for ammo, right? Now they did try and propose.
Wait, what?
Isn't that what they were doing? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? They were doing background checks, like a background check before you're allowed to buy ammo.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about reloading supplies? Are they back
for
that?
I don't know.
They're not doing
ridiculous.
But
maybe you shouldn't say anything. Maybe they don't know that.
Yeah. Don't give them any ideas.
There was this proposition did have something else tagged onto it, and it ended up not going through with it. But it was, excuse me, it was that only police officer, the police were allowed to sell ammo. Now that part didn't go through, but the other two did apparently.
And only the police are allowed to sell ammo. Well, that'd be struck down immediately as racist, because we all know that police are racists.
And isn't that a police state, which is illegal?
Sir, is that legal? I shall make it legal.
Yeah, well, when they tell you, and this didn't happen to me, it happened to somebody I know, pulled him over, DUI, and he said, I'm not giving a breathalyzer. And they said, well, we're going to draw your blood. He said, no, you're not. And they said, we got a warrant. He said, show me. And they wouldn't show it. And they basically forced him to give blood without providing a warrant. So to me, what is that? Is that forced upon what? But yeah.
That would be a violation
Sounds
of
like
Fourth Amendment rights.
Yeah,
Sounds
there
like
you go.
a good way to get the DUI dismissed.
Well, all I'm saying is this is
It depends on your judge too.
Yeah, and this is small town crap. I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, get a good lawyer, guy. Get a good lawyer, because you're getting screwed.
Now, on the police selling the ammo thing, how the hell did Detroit figure they were going to have enough cops to sell ammo when they don't have enough to answer 911 calls?
Yeah, good point.
Because selling ammo is profitable.
Yeah. It'll buy
or
more
maybe they
jobs.
don't want them to sell ammo. High and dry. That'll take care of it. Yeah, do a nickel around like Crook County out here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tax on per round if you buy it in Cook County in Chirac.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah.
You pay.
Holy shit!
You pay a nickel
Is that
a
bad
round,
over there?
and then you pay state tax and your local tax on top of that.
Yeah, it's similar to. Seattle has a similar law as well.
Yeah, it's
Now does
crazy.
that?
So
Does
does
that-
that include 80% ammo?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
80%
You know what?
ammo, just like the 80% Gastons and the 80% Stoners.
You know what they'll do is they'll just end up. What they'll end up doing is 5 cents a round, or 2 cents for if you buy primers, 2 cents if you buy brass, 2 cents if you buy projectile, or something like that.
Well, a lot of it. I mean, you can't even in Cook County now. You can't have ammo delivered to Cook County anymore.
Right.
Like
What
most of the places, if you're within Chicago city limits, or some online places will go, if your prefix starts with 601, they will not deliver to you. Period.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Chicago or outside of the city limits, they don't want to take the chance, and a couple of online places won't send anything to Illinois anymore.
Bullshit. Stupid.
Like, anyway.
I remember when we moved into this place, the first time I got a case of ammo delivered to the house. My mother-in-law was here, and she opens up the door. There's a big, that's a case of 7.62 isn't really that big. You know what I mean? Like, if you tell people there's 1,000 rounds of 7.62 in there, they wouldn't believe you. They just think like that should be bigger. But
go to pick it up.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, that's what happened. She opened the door. She's like, oh, there's a package here. And she went to open it up, and she was like, and I was like, well, what is it? She's like, oh, it's for you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. She's like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a case of ammo.
That shit's heavy.
Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah. I was like, super cheap, get a good deal on it, get it all at once, whatever. She's like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, she's like, what is that? It's like a cinder block, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I know we've got some of you guys that are affected by that or close to it. I wasn't sure about the price though. I never saw in print how much it actually was. That's nuts. 5 cents a round is a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean, we had some guys come to the shop from Cook County, and I was back in the range, and they're like, hey, how much for all the ammo? I'm like, give me a minute. Let me get you somebody to bring you out. I have some ring out. And the guy's like, is this right? Did you charge me for all of it? I'm like, yeah. Like, it's $100. It's like, no, that can't be right. He goes, it's usually double that. I'm like, we don't charge a nickel a round.
Yeah.
And tax on top of that, state and local taxes. I mean, it starts to really add up, I mean, they want to license FFLs. They want a state license for FFLs here.
Well, it's much more than a license. It's also the security requirements and things like that will add huge expenses to a gun store.
Well, one of the things that's kind of not funny, but one of the things that people don't realize too is the people that are buying large amounts of ammo, 99.9999999% of them are never going to do anything bad with it. And if you're going to tax ammo to to try and keep it out of the wrong hands, number one, if you're going to go do some kind of horrible mass killing, what the hell do you care if you pay an extra $10, $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
And two, most of the time when people go and do commit crimes or murders or shoot guns, it's a minimal amount of rounds. So what the hell does it matter if...
range to practice.
Right. Like
there's not enough time to shoot 1,000 rounds.
no.
Think about it. One box.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. So an extra $2.
Well,
an extra $2 is not going to stop somebody from buying one round of ammo and going out and doing something. It doesn't make sense. I mean, if it would be different if they were taking some of that money and using it for some education purposes. If they were using it for, to have some, some states used to have public ranges and don't anymore, or something like that. Like I could see that maybe a little bit, but Gunpowder says how many nines? That was 12 nines. That's how few people, smartass.
All I can say is this.
Don't. She'll throw a punch you through the camera, man.
No. That's why we don't allow girls in this chat.
You're gonna do like
Ashley,
the
you're
ring and come through the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, that would creep me out.
It's like, hey,
I'd slam that shit down and go right to bed. I'll see you. Duct tape it shut.
What?
Be half hanging out.
No. You don't do that. You simply say, "Hi, Gunpowder. You got my hash browns yet?"
Double smothered and covered. Rob says my kids would use a 550 pack in 2 days. And is there a caliber requirement for that? I mean, is that 22 also?
As far as I know, I think it's
Oh, here we go.
Liar.
Oh, look out.
Is his pants on fire?
He's in the chat. Look out. Oh, my God. What's up?
Later, Dano.
I thought I stopped sending all the gun gals links. I guess not. Son of a bitch.
By the way,
they'll let Clover on their show. No, let this guy and that guy on their show. I'm not allowed on the goddamn show. I see how it is. Psst. I sprung a leak. I'm so pissed off.
I thought you were doing pew pew.
I was wondering.
Y'all crazy. Hey, Gunpowder, y'all get moved for the second time yet?
Yeah, we're moved and unpacked, and it's awesome.
All right. Yeah, I know you moved to Michigan, and then wherever you moved the first time, you were moving again. So, honestly, you and Tardot, and let's get together and shoot sometime. We're not far away.
We're gonna have to work something out. Yeah, now we're looking for snow tomorrow. I'm excited.
Yay, we send it to you.
I'm not excited. I've lived up here all my life. I'm not excited.
Yeah, Lake Michigan turns into your main source of snow.
Yeah, where we moved, we now get the Great Lakes effect. So we get more snow and everything else. So
that blows.
Yeah,
Lake effect snow is the worst, man. That sucks.
But that means I might have a better chance at building my 50-foot snowman.
Did you guys either already have or get a industrial size snowblower?
We can't because we have a gravel road.
Well, that just makes it a rock chucker too. It's a
you can. You just have to set your guides really high.
I was just going to say the same thing. Just set them a little high, and you go like a half an inch over the stone. It works.
You can also use a small tractor like you might use for cutting your grass. You just put a blade up front and push it.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to snow.
Yeah, we just got the plow that's on the front of the side-by-side.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, perfect.
You can make an igloo.
Chains on
Chains
on the rear tires. You also sell weights to help to keep them from spinning.
Just throw your kids in the back; they'll be fine.
I was gonna say that's what you got kids for.
Yeah, they got.
You guys want to go for a ride in the side by side?
Throw your kids in the back.
You go to the dollar store, you go get them those little plastic shovels, and then every time you get stuck, it's okay, kids, fire drill, get mom unstuck.
Yeah, but weights don't whine.
Make it a game. Make
sure the kids are outside long enough.
Just give them some beef jerky. Give him some candy bars.
Give us some hot
You guys
cocoa
want to go to the cold
and
beach
Red
and
Bull.
play in the snow?
I'll just buy them the really big bars of chocolate and tell them, okay, if you help me get all the stuff done today, I'll let you each have one whole bar yourself. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever.
Now, are we talking like the king size ones where there's like 12 squares, or are we talking like the 5-pound Costco Sam's Club bar?
5 pound.
What you do is you give them each a shovel and you tell them the candy bar is buried out in the snow.
I don't remember what size candy bar it is, honestly. It's the really big one. It's like 7 ounces.
7 ounces.
What kind of candy? Those regular Hershey's or like actual candy? Are they Slim Jim candy bars?
No, like the Hershey's with almonds, Mr. Good bars, that type of stuff.
Wow.
Okay, Mr. Good bars are good.
So those are out in the woods around your house?
The Hershey's Crackle?
Yeah, I'm going to find where you live and go around in the woods around your house and look for all them candy bars.
Now, you got to remember, it's only on the moonless night that you can pick the Hershey's Special Darks.
Right now, I'm just thinking of Willy Wonka.
You know, Armament.
Okay.
Armament. I really don't think it's a great idea for you to be lurking around people's houses with handfuls of candy at night,
especially if they have kids.
That's not.
That's their arm to the teeth.
You're definitely gonna get lead.
Yeah.
You know what? Just don't put on your clown face ski mask, and if they start shooting at you, just go, "Hi, Tardot. I'm a huge fan of your work."
Speaking of that, I remember 2 years ago we had those clowns everywhere in Halloween. Those things are freaky.
Oh yeah.
I can promise, if you show up to this house with a clown mask, I will personally shoot you.
Yeah, very
I feel
right.
the same way. Don't show up with a clown mask. That's just a bad idea.
Feds
Just show up with a cheese ball, you'll be okay.
How about a spooky ghost then?
Spooky ghost.
All right, great. Now we're going on.
Yeah.
We got.
So, anybody partake in any of the Black Friday inject money into the economy?
I did not.
No.
Nope.
Indirectly,
My kids worked on Black Friday. Does that count?
What'd you say, Rich?
Said my kids worked on Black Friday. Does that count?
Are they still alive?
Black Friday. That was
They survived. All 3 of them survived working at Walmart on Black Friday.
Phew, good for them.
I got a Black Friday deal that my buddy got, and when he told me, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" One of our very small local gun stores. I mean, he's small. I don't know how the heck he could afford to do this. He had a buy one get one free on anything in his store for like 2 hours.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah.
What?
My buddy went in and bought a SIG M11, which is the pistol I guess they submitted to.
Right.
Not the 320 or whatever. But anyway, that gun goes for like $900 or something. He goes in there, he's got it for like $675. He buys that one and he gets a Glock 34, the long slide cut.
MOS.
Yeah, $675. And
holy crap.
Yeah. And he was out to the range with us today, and we were talking about it, and we're still going, how the heck could this dude afford to do that? Now he's a small shop and he does CCW classes and makes money that way, but I'm like, how could you afford?
Does he do like a lot of internet transfers where all it is okay, lay down your $50 and
not a lot. And
gun shops don't make a lot of money on guns to begin with. So.
But
their money from others, everything else.
Both those guns at that price, and he's already talking. He's like, "Which one do I want to sell?" And I'm like, "It doesn't matter because you're going to make your money back." I mean,
right?
Yeah,
sell the Glock because otherwise someone's going to beat you if you sell the SIG.
Yeah, well,
honestly, who needs a Glock anyway?
I shot them both.
They're boxy.
I like the SIG. I shot them both. I like the SIG, but yeah, I'm like, how could he afford to do that? So yeah, talk about crazy Black Friday sales.
No, that's crazy. Black Hat says he's saving up for upcoming gun shows. Got a budget. Yeah, no.
And Slim Cowboy just jumped in. Hey, Slim.
Yeah, how you doing? Oh, how you doing, Shrim?
How you doing?
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot. I'm just planning to go to the show. I do want to go to them. I haven't been to one in quite a while. I want to go. There's one coming up in a couple weeks. I'd like to go just to kind of walk around. It's just fun. It's just I can go and not buy anything and still not feel bad about going. I just like to go. And then we have the outdoors show that I want to try and go to. I know some other YouTubers go there. Some other Gun Channels members go there. So it'd be kind of cool to try and maybe hook up with some guys. David Bowling said he might try and swing up. And then Marco's been there before, which is actually this is like a perfect segment because if you saw on Instagram, I stopped over to Shop Range today, 717 Armory, and went in and talked to the owner. Wasn't there? His sister was there. She works there. Took over some a couple of patches and just said hi, and I'm going to try and get him on the show. I just thought it'd be fun to talk to a younger. He's a Marine. Opened up a gun shop and a range. I just thought it'd be cool to have him on the show, And they were at the outdoor show last year and met. I was talking about G-Webs, and she was like, "I think I met G-Webs." I was like, "Really?" Because he was up this way a couple years ago. Last year, and I missed him. And I didn't get a chance to say hi. I missed him on his way out of town. Actually, he was back almost to Pittsburgh. He was up by me, and then headed back out. And I caught him on the way out. He was already in like Pittsburgh, heading away from me. But I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." What does he look like? I was like, "I have no idea." I was like, "He's a tall dude. I know he's a real tall guy." And she said, "Oh no, that's not this guy." And she was like, Maybe he was like Spanish or something, and it was Marco. I'm sure it had to have been Marco. So she's like, and I said Marco. She's like, yeah, that's it, I think. So that's kind of neat. Like they knew of Gun Channels. They subscribe to them. They follow them on Instagram. Not super actively, but they know of the organization, which is it was kind of neat, And she said he does like to do shows and stuff. So I have a feeling, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we might have a guest on that'd be really cool to talk to. So that's kind of neat. You can ask them some questions about. They have a range. They do sell suppressors, and they do rent full auto. They rent guns. They have an indoor range, and it's pretty cool. So it'd be neat. Hopefully he'll be willing to. Hopefully he'll be willing to come on the show and talk to us a little bit. Who all is going to SHOT Show? Anybody in here going to SHOT Show?
Nope.
Seven Wonder says, "I go broke with a boat, buy one get one sale." Yeah, for sure, man.
Hey,
that would be. I mean, you said he did it for 2 hours, and he did it for 2 hours, which is probably an hour and a half longer than I would do it as a business owner. But like,
5 minutes.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, if he's got a good business and he's doing pretty well for himself, that's his way to really make a big splash and get people talking. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool.
Attention, gun shoppers. The next shopper in line will get a free gun with their gun purchase.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, you think Walmart's crazy. Holy shit. People be climbing over top of each other. Slim said he's going to the Oak show. That's out near Reading, I think.
Hey, Midnight.
Ashley. Yo.
I was just going to say, can I promote something? And I stumbled upon this because they sent me an email.
Sure, go ahead.
Swag stickers. Sticker Mule. They sent me an email, said for a limited time. I don't know if it's still good. But I got 50 stickers coming, our logo, our first official swag, which is funny. I think $19. And then they sent me another one that said 10 stickers for $1, and I went, okay. So yeah, for $20 we have 60 stickers coming, and go check them out, see if it's still good. I did share it on Facebook and Twitter, and I was hoping some, and I guess they said, oh, share it with your friends and you might, I don't care if I get but money off, but I'm hoping that my friends could go get some stickers, get some swag.
Now, did you have to do anything weird with your logo? Did you have to do anything special with it, or could you just how'd you go about it?
Well, you see my logo now, it's square, but my logo in the chat and everything is more round. And all I said, they said, what do you, and I said, make it round. They sent me the proof. They emailed me the proof, and I went, yep, that's right. Boom, do it. Make it round. Because our logo is designed to be round. Just like yours is round. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. I got 60 stickers coming for $20. Cool. And I'm definitely, we're getting subs and stuff, and we're looking at doing giveaways, and I'm like, cool, our swag, and let's spread the love, right? But I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. So people go check it out. Go to Sticker Mule, see if the offer's still good. You can get stickers, and honestly, they ain't paying me nothing. I'm just telling you that, wow, I was surprised. And when you look at the normal price, you'll go, that's a pretty good deal. So
yeah, that's cool, man. Next topic. Did anybody catch Iraqi VAT? Bleh. IV 88 the gun gripe from last week, him and Chad, Eric and Chad, was good. It was a good one. Very motivational. They were pretty wound up about, was it 7115? It was pretty cool to listen to, for sure. It got me like, kind of motivated and thinking about stuff. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. They went back and forth with, the issues with the bill and whatnot, and the 80%ers and all that kind of stuff. But it was good. I'd consider it pretty motivational. If you haven't watched it, go do so. Yeah.
My advice to everybody is, all of us do this stuff, and we're pretty much all 2A strong. Pay attention to everybody. Pay attention to what they're saying. Pay attention to, and we were talking about it earlier about being censored. So you better start looking at the other things left, right, but you better pay attention to what's going on, because I don't know. It's not in our favor at this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's been a ton of stuff, and then, I was looking on what the hell's, oh Jesus, hold on here. Gun Feed, and there's an awful lot of articles, and there's that are talking about stats over the years, and in like about Canada, gun crimes going up in Canada right now. I haven't done a whole lot of research, so I didn't really want to talk about a whole lot of them. I want to read a couple of articles, but it seems like there's a lot of pro-gun people promoting it, but it seems like there's a lot of statistics out there that seem to be kind of in our favor. Now, I'm not 100% sure that matters enough to change people's minds, though, which is the bummer, right? One of the things that's recent that's kind of good, that's kind of in our favor is that Alabama mall shooting on Thanksgiving, where the one kid pulled a gun and shot the other one. It was like they were like 18 and 21 or 19 and 22 or something. They had a beef. Something was going on between them. I don't know if they were in gang. It was a gang thing or not. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But the original articles or the original headline said that a police officer killed the shooter, the guy, the gunman. And that was technically right but it was a off-duty police officer apparently. So that's kind of cool that it wasn't. It was, for all intents and purposes, it was just a person that had a gun at the right place at the right time, and knew how to use it, and ended the situation. So I know anti-gunners are going to say, well, yeah, but he was a cop. He should have had a gun. He's trained. He's whatever. But, there's a whole lot of people out there that are on these chats that are trained just as well, and can shoot just as straight or better. So
yeah, they probably train better.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm going to tell you this. I lived in front of a shooting range that 4 different local PDs came and shot at. And I don't know if any old enough to know who Keystone Cops are. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And to me, when I trained, it was you thought about, and it was like watching these guys stumbling over each other. I'm like, oh my God, I hope they're not coming to save me.
That's a nice thing around here. The sheriff's department here and the sheriff's department in the county that we lived in before we moved here both have NRA trainers on their staff as deputies who are in charge of training the other officers, and they have to have so much range time in each month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having it with you is the important first step, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that. You said they didn't care, off-duty officer, whatever. Look, I've been carrying mine for 10 years. Thank God I've never had to. It's like my pocket knife. It's like my wallet. It's there if I need it. Thank God I have never needed it. There's only been one time since I've been carrying that I went and I reached back and I put my hand on it and I'm watching, and it de-escalated quick. And I went, we're all good. And things were, you see what I mean? And I'm not the vigilante. That's what the left want to portray us as. The law-abiding citizen that has no thing other than to live their lives and protect themselves and others around them. And well, that's not what the left portrays us as, that's for sure.
Well, it's, somebody had said it in a chat not long ago, they talk about gun confiscations and mag confiscations and all this kind of stuff. And they were like, you know what, man, the genie is out of the bottle as far as the amount of guns that are out there that are known about, not known about, guns that are in people's hands that shouldn't have them, because of their nefarious ways.
The genie's out of the bottle because some political things happen that's the Democrats pretty much just come out and said, no, we're coming for your guns. The genie's been out of the bottle for years if you weren't paying attention, but now it's really, there's some strong stuff coming down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Dead Horse says, I just walk into a place and yell, I have a gun. Nobody mess with me. Never has needed his gun since. That's good. That's good advice.
Yeah. That's just, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds legitimate.
Yeah, I can see that working. So,
I could see that not working, but anyway.
Anything else in the news? Anything else interesting? I mean, there does seem to be a lot of chatter in the news about gun issues, obviously, but
I mean, there was a shooting in Chicago. Some crazy decided to shoot up a hospital.
Well, that was domestic too. That was a domestic thing. That was his wife. She actually had a PFA against him. And the tough part of that is, okay, hospitals are gun-free zones. Okay, I mean, you can talk about that, but the fact that now here's the red flag law kind of thing. And they're like, people are going to say, well, she had a PFA against him or whatever. There's PFA and then there's another term. I'm brain damaged. I can't think of it. Somebody should have went and taken his guns away. That's going to be the battle that we have to fight. All of us Pro 2A kind of critters, and say, you want to go through the due process and you want to do this, that, and the other thing. Okay, let's talk about that. But it has to be a warranted PFA. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. I really don't. I just know that they knew each other. It was his ex. He asked her to come outside, I guess, and she went out and was talking to him, and then I guess he shot her. But I don't know. If anybody has anything else more than that, go ahead, let her rip.
Well, I do know this is the red flag laws sidestep due process out the window. I could say, oh, my neighbor, he scares me. He's got a gun. And this is happening. This is happening. My neighbor's got a gun. He scares me. And the next thing you know, they're kicking in your door. Sounds like Gestapo shit to me. That's just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When do we say no? We got to say no at some point, correct?
I mean, enough's enough of that, yeah. That happened in New Jersey, I remember hearing.
I don't remember where it was. I don't remember. Seven Wonders says, please ask the panel about their opinion on having gun manufacturer and 2A stickers on your vehicle. I have them on mine.
I have them on mine. I also have, whether you like them or not, NOA, NRA, spit it out, NRA, GOA, my Isaac Walton, our local conservation club where we shoot. And I think I got the Fight Crime Shoot Back sticker back there from,
I know everybody's different. Some people want none. Some people, I know Cycle Camp, we've talked about it, and he has some decals and stuff on his truck, but they're all Pro 2A. They're not like per se gun stickers. They're not pictures of guns or anything like that. If you go back during voting day, I voted and sent a picture because I didn't get an I voted sticker. So, I did a little of the back of my truck. And
why didn't you get a sticker? Anybody?
They didn't have any.
Really?
Yeah, I've actually talked to a lot of people that have never got. Obnoxious says he this is the first year he's ever gotten one.
Huh.
Yeah,
every
a lot
time
of
I
places,
voted, I got one.
Yeah,
it depends on when you vote, because I've seen where they've run out before.
Yeah, I don't know if they
voting
ever.
place gets one roll. That's all you get.
Yeah.
You get one roll.
You don't want to be blowing the bank on stickers. That's for sure.
To the first 10 to walk in.
Unless it's stickers from gearwebsites.com.
Mm-hmm.
As far as on my car, we have the one car. My wife works in Maryland, and she's like, "There's no way you're putting any stickers on my car. I'm not getting pulled over or having some Fruit Loop attack and beat up the car."
Yeah, there's lots of different ways to look at it.
I like to go incognito.
Some people say they don't want any because they don't want the negative. Some people don't want the negative attention. Right. Some people think if they have something like that on their car will be more prone to a break-in because people are like, well, I'm going to break in and see if there's a gun in there. I don't necessarily. I don't know. I mean, there's really, I don't know.
It's geography dependent.
I think so. I don't think as many. I don't know. I can't say as many people leave guns in their cars as you think, but I really don't know. I don't want to speak on it because I have no idea. I know there are times where I do because, sometimes we do because we have to. Sometimes we do because, it's out of ease or, just depends on what business or whatever you have to go into. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to chime in, if you do or don't and why, that's fine. Go ahead. Now's the time.
You said geography dependent. I totally agree. Where I live in Ohio, and most of the people around here, 98% of them are very gun friendly, concealed carry. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? We have open carry in Ohio. People look at that like, ugh, but we have the law. Yeah, geography, looking at where you live and think about it. If you live in Chicago, what we got here in Ohio, where I got, that ain't gonna fly. So the way that people tend to look at guns and gun control, think about it.
Well, I think there's a part of it too is Seven Wonders said I want to put 2A stickers plus SIG, Beretta, Smith & Wesson, Walther stickers. And people say, when I said about people breaking in to try and find a gun, and everybody says, well, I better not find them breaking into my car. I better not catch them breaking into my car. It's a very dangerous mentality too. Depending on what state you're in and the situation, lethal force is not justified legally or morally, depending on who you talk to, for loss of property. So that
unless you live in Texas.
Well, that's what I was saying. Depending on what state you're in.
And honestly, this is the thing. That's about 10 years ago. I saw this thing on a repo man that went to get a truck, and he didn't announce himself and go knock on the door and look, dude, here's the thing. I'm going to repo your truck. He just jumped in and tried to steal it, and the guy shot him. And he was justified. I'm like, God bless Texas.
There's a recent thing with it was a black kid that was lost, I think, and knocked on the front door of this house, and it ended up being like an older white dude. And the white dude came to the door with a shotgun and said in court that it was either a negligent discharge or he meant to shoot. Well, basically it was negligent discharge. He didn't mean to shoot towards the kid, but the kid saw him and then took off running. There's video of it because there's security cameras, which makes it even worse. So the kid takes off and takes a couple of steps running down. The guy lets loose a shotgun blast, and this dude is now, I think he got some time in jail. So you have to be careful.
How old was the guy?
The kid or the white dude or the kid?
The white guy that somebody knocked on his door. Just
he was ancient. He was damn near as old as you are.
Oh,
older than Bob?
Ooh, I don't.
52.
I don't know. He was. I would say he was probably. I can't remember. Well, but yeah, he was in his 50s.
Oh crap! I wouldn't react that way now. But all I'm saying is, I don't know. People are different. People age different. All that. If you hit 90 years old and you're still kicking, and somebody accuses you of doing whatever with a gun because somebody's breaking in, screw you. Yeah. So that's why I asked how old was this guy, and the guy was running away and he fired a shot. Did he hit him or did he just fire a warning?
No, but he definitely fired close enough to the kid that it's been a little while. I saw the video like a month or so ago, so it might be a little fuzzy, but he definitely, I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, this guy's in trouble. Like, this guy's in trouble. He didn't shoot it straight up into the air. He didn't do that kind of thing. He definitely was close enough. And I'll tell you what, it's close enough that in the old days, like, people don't do this shit now. Like, if he would have done something like that, there'd have been a bunch of guys at his front door looking to kick his ass. I guarantee it. If that kid goes home and tells his old man like, "Hey, shot at me," it would be ugly because it was. Actually, I could try and find it here. So keep talking about that. Let's talk about Seven Wonders thing here. Decals, stickers, that kind of stuff on your truck. What do you guys think? Or your vehicle? What do you think? Yes or no, and why?
Honestly, it's funny because when Clinton was in office, I worked at the gun store I worked at, and I drove this big 4-wheel drive Chevy and had all the stickers in the back window. And I worked for a UAW shop, and they're all, union, pro-Democrat, and I was anti-Clinton. I had all these stickers, and like, oh, man. And the one guy's like, oh, well, because you got a job. I said, yeah, I had a job yesterday, and so did you. And yeah, it's funny how the brainwashed union people think we got to vote Democrat. But all right, I went off on a tangent. Somebody else say something. I'm going to shut up.
Something.
I got something.
Sorry.
So I was at work apparently a couple days ago for last week, I believe it was. I was talking to the guy about being licensed to carry and all that. He brought up about like, oh well, you can have a pistol, but you cannot have an AR-15 or an AK or anything like that. And I was like, why would you say that if you're a pro Second Amendment? If you do that, then that's kind of like being an oxymoron. I mean, then you're against everything then. Because you say, oh, all right, so 223.556 bullet is dangerous. It's a bullet.
Oh.
It's not different than any 30-06 or anything.
So
the design of the AR-15 was like supposed to be used as a defense weapon for like, all right, so like SWAT. SWAT uses them all the time.
Warsaw. So what are you saying? These people that you were talking to said this gun or that gun, were they FUDs? I mean, that's what I'm asking you. What?
He's pro-gun, but at the same time, he wants to get rid of a semi-automatic rifle, which doesn't make any damn sense. That's an oxymoron.
So he's pro-gun, but he wants to restrict #assault rifles.
Exactly. It's like it doesn't make any damn sense. Then you're
well,
against
he's a
the Second
FUD.
Amendment.
He's a FUD.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. He's a FUD. He does not understand that. Oh well, we need this. And honestly, my mother, she can't understand me. She's 32 years older than me. I'm 52. She's 84. And she says, well, what do you need that for? And it's like, you don't get it. And the funny thing is I was raised by her being a shooter and my uncles and, but a lot of the people cannot adapt to the future. And you're telling me that these people say, oh, well, these guns are all right, but these aren't. And, where in the Second Amendment does it say anything about hunting rifles? It doesn't.
Yep.
See where I'm coming from?
Arms are military weapons.
Yeah. There's nothing in the Second Amendment that says anything about sporting purpose.
And by the way, it doesn't say small arms. Small arms would be handguns and rifles.
Yeah, we should.
Shotguns and blunderbusses and all that kind of stuff. No,
and
cannon arms, which is all military weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want an aircraft carrier and you got the money to pay for it, knock yourself the fuck out.
Yep. And the Second Amendment was placed there because blatantly to keep the government in check.
Well, yeah, if you read anything that Thomas Jefferson said about the Second Amendment, he said it was put in place to guard against a tyrannous government, foreign or domestic. And domestic means our own government getting out of control. And I hope we don't get banned or censored and somebody kicks my door in, but shouldn't we be allowed to say what we're thinking and look around and go, I'm not really agreeing with what's happening. Can we voice our opinion? Now, if they throw us in the gulag because of that, then, well, that's oppression. And maybe this is the thing with the whole red flag laws. Somebody says, oh, I'm afraid this guy's going to do this. Now, how many people is it going to take before all of us, they invade people and we go, wait a minute, nope, nope. See where I'm coming from? there's got to be a line in the sand, maybe.
Yep.
Somewhere.
If you want to talk break-ins, how about the incident after Hurricane Katrina? They disarmed millions of people after that hurricane passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went through and disarmed a bunch of people, and a lot of people said no.
Yeah,
and they moved on because that wouldn't have been a good thing.
Yeah, and after that happened, after Katrina, West Virginia passed a law. If any federal agency tries that here, they are to be arrested by local law enforcement for grand theft.
Hey, Rich.
Yep.
I love West Virginia. By the way, hey, Rich, by the way, you know, I've told you before, my father is from West Virginia, and I am wearing his jacket. You know, he was a big West Virginia fan, but yeah, the greatest thing when we had family reunions down there, and I went, "Can I carry?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you can carry and bring some other stuff too," kind of attitude. And I'm like, yeah, I hunted down there. The first deer I ever killed was in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? It's like West Virginia is, you know, people try and talk about West Virginia like hillbillies and blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you this, the nicest people that I have ever met were in West Virginia.
And this state is solidly pro-gun. Even the Democrats, for the most part, here are pro-gun.
Yep.
I've told this story before. That we had one idiot on the floor of the state house try and propose a bump stock ban. I thought they were going to hang him from the rafters. There was video of it. Everybody, including his fellow Democrats, went off on the guy.
So Seven Wonders is saying, basically my question is it worth the risk of vandalism to have pro-gun stickers on my vehicle? I personally have pro-gun stickers on my vehicle. So I guess that's my answer for me. And here's this video. You guys can see it?
Yeah, we can see it. And just to wrap it up, Seven Wonders, that's the only one who can make that decision is you. You know, maybe start with something small. Put like a nice little gun channel sticker, just one of those little small 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch ones on your rear window. See how it goes.
I have actually hit G up to see if he would ever do any vinyl, or vinyl decals that just say gunchannels.com. Something like maybe 1 by 6 inch gunchannels.com or something. He said it's a possibility. So if anybody else is interested in something like that,
did you know. Midnight, did you get the message I sent you to go to Sticker Mule? Yeah, go there. I mean,
there's lots of places online that do vinyl. Geez, if you just Google vinyl, you can go to a place to do it. But you can do it for your really nice different thicknesses or whatever. But and just print out your own. Just tell them what you want, and they print it out and ship it to you. You can have it in a couple of days. But I wouldn't do that on my own unless he absolutely said he wouldn't want to, he would never do that, and I would get his blessing, because it's, Gun Channels is his thing. So but yeah, that's what I told him. I actually said, do you think you would ever do that? Because if not, and it was not not offensive to you, like, I'd like to get something like that. So because the G is cool, but if you don't know what the hell the G is, then you don't know what the G is, so it's actually having gunchannels.com, I think, would be really cool.
Yeah, I would definitely get G's permission, especially after you kind of infringed on his intellectual property with that sippy cup of yours.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know where the hell that went.
I think Marshmallow took it.
Probably. Here's this video. Now, there's no sound. There's a little bit of background sound. There's like some music and stuff, but I don't think you guys will be able to hear it. I don't think if I play it, you guys can hear it. But basically, this kid missed the school bus. That's what it happened, and knocked on this dude's door, and it got gnarly. Here, yeah, it's him running away. Now you tell me he wasn't aiming.
Yeah, he was clearly aiming that shotgun at that dude running away.
Yeah. Now, if you... shit.
Well,
Hi, girl that I don't care about cheap things.
What?
Yeah, okay. Look,
Midnight, you ordered that one package from
Midnight ad blocker.
Yeah, right.
I'm looking at that like the guy that comes out and with his shotgun and really because the guy rang his doorbell. Are you serious?
Right. Now, exactly. I don't know. Now, this guy was a retired firefighter too, and they said he got he did get time in prison. I think he got a couple of years, I believe, and it was probably for attempted murder. I guess I don't know because it was fairly close to him, close to the kid. They asked him. He said, "Well, if you had it all to do over again, what would you still do it?" And he said, "No, I would give him a ride to school." I'm like, well, it's a little late for that, but that's a nice sentiment.
Well, of course he's going to say that now.
Yeah,
he screwed up.
I mean, if you're in a bad,
you said the same thing. That's what's good.
Yeah, you're in a bad neighborhood. Somebody knocks on your door and you've had some issues in the past. I totally understand opening the door with a gun beside you, with a gun in the corner, or maybe even a gun in your hip, or even a gun in your hand. But you open up the door and somebody goes running, it's, to be taking pot shots isn't.
I have a gun on my hip all the time. So, it's like my pocket knife, my lighter, my the fingernail clipper, whatever your EDC, that's just part of it. You know what I mean? Your wallet. But honestly, looking at that video, I'm like, dude, you were really trying to shoot him, weren't you?
Yes, he was.
And I'll tell you what you can see is he actually starts to pull the shotgun up a little bit and then it goes off. So I'm not saying he didn't have a negligent
discharge. He was running away. If somebody's running away, are you going to still be pointing down, or are you going to start pulling that shotgun up as your target?
And depending on where you live, if somebody's running away and you shoot them, that's pretty much not good.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, damn near anywhere.
But you got a target that's moving away from you. You're going to be
if they're moving away from you and still firing at you, that's something different. But if they're moving,
I'm saying, Midnight was saying, no, he was pulling that up because he was trying to miss him. No, he was pulling that up because he was trying to keep the kid in his line of sight.
Yeah, honestly, watching that video, I'm like, that doesn't look justifiable.
No.
Nope.
Oh, and it's just like the goofballs that were arguing over the mattress in the dumpster. You guys remember that one?
I heard of that.
Oh,
yeah. The dumb. But we don't know the whole story there either.
No, we don't. But it's like, I don't know. I guess it was the one dude's chick filming them. Like,
yeah, and because she didn't do landscape, because these people are stupid, landscape people, come on.
I'm like, really? Y'all shot each other over a mattress in the dumpster?
Well, only one guy got shot, and he was begging for it. I mean, literally.
Yeah, he was. Shoot me. Well,
go ahead, shoot me. Like, okay.
And the other guys are probably going to go to jail, but the guy was like, shoot me. It's like, what?
Well, he had from some accounts, he was threatening them with a bat or something. So
yeah, it just yeah.
That was just a case of all around stupidity on everybody's part. The idiot that went through landscape with her phone, the idiot who was yelling at him, go ahead, shoot me. And then the guys who were stupid enough to, okay.
Stupid people shouldn't breed. Maybe.
Well, if you watch the documentary Idiocracy, we all know that they breed more.
Idiocracy, great. Yeah. I love that.
And let's not forget the guy who was yelling, go ahead and shoot me, come on, shoot me, was also the idiot that thought it was a good idea to go dumping his mattress on somebody else's property, too. With his kids present, no less.
No, of course. How else are you going to get the mattress out of the truck?
Yeah, it honestly, it was like private property. Did this, and the guys were like, it's like who's right, who's wrong. But what I seen was honestly, it was a pissing contest. It really, really was. And did the wrong guy die? Well, maybe not.
He wasn't the brightest light bulb in the box. I mean,
That's what right on, Rich. I'm like, after watching the video so many times, I'm like, oh, I can see so many points of view from, us Pro 2 people. And I'm like, and watching it, I'm going, well, yeah, you weren't too bright. Shoot me. Well, you dumb ass.
you got two of the most redneck looking guys probably in the state of Texas. One with a shotgun and the other with a handgun. Go ahead and shoot me. They're okay.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Well, that's one of the scariest things about drawing a weapon when you don't really need to, and and you see videos of people that draw and, to hopefully squash an argument or something like that. But man, that could escalate the hell out of things too. Like if somebody's, if it's just a verbal thing and it's not all that bad and you see somebody bring a gun out and then next thing you know, they're, something like that happens where somebody's like, oh, you're going to shoot me? Go ahead, shoot me. Go ahead. Next thing you know, now you got somebody in your face, possibly getting physical with you. And then you might have to shoot somebody where you might not have if you wouldn't have, brought it into the situation.
Can I say this? Been carrying for so long. It's one of those things. And I grew up martial arts, and trust me, I'm not going to say what I carried with me whenever, but I'm not a badass. And right now, if somebody tried to kick my butt, they probably would. I'd run out of breath. But back in the day, it was one of those things. Just be on your guard. You know what I mean? Be on your guard. Carry something that can, it's a tool, and that's what the gun is. It's a tool, just like your knife. Just like, you see what I mean? It's like, you're gonna restrict me from protecting myself. I got a big problem with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I got a question. We're back at the part of where being armed. Now, I don't know about some states, but I don't know if this is legal or not. But if somebody breaks into your car and he takes your gun and you see him pulling out your other sidearm that's loaded, do you have the right to actually stop the guy from actually stealing your firearm that's loaded?
Well, I think that's well, I mean, I would consider that somebody.
I mean, if the cops are not there,
committing
then
a crime with
What?
now you have somebody committing a crime in possession of a weapon, which in itself is a felony. That definitely escalates it a little bit. I mean, I'm sure if you did shoot and kill somebody, even if you weren't criminally liable, you might be looking at a lot of civil things like, oh, he was there, he was just there to, you see it all the time. People are like,
well, that depends on the state.
Right. But I mean, I've seen it where people have gotten killed. They've gotten shot and killed, or killed. Doesn't even have to be with a gun, in the process of breaking into somebody's home. And the homeowner has been sued civilly. And they're like, oh, he was just in there all he was trying to do was steal a TV, or all he was trying to do is this and that. You didn't have to kill him. You didn't have to shoot him. You didn't have to hit him, or you didn't have to stab him. And it's like, are you serious? Are you serious? You're seriously justifying the criminal activity of somebody that got him killed.
Are you serious?
First of all, why are you breaking into my car but stealing my other firearm, though?
Yeah. Right. And that's what I mean. At some point,
as soon as they have a
now
firearm,
I will say this: you, as that owner of that firearm, know whether it's loaded or not. So if you would shoot somebody, I would imagine if they could prove that you knew it wasn't loaded, or that that would look pretty bad.
Yeah.
because at that point it's just a chunk of metal. You know, it's just like stealing a cell phone or something.
No, if it was loaded, I would feel like I have to.
I would feel like, yeah, you would have to be ready to pull that trigger, because if you did come out and you addressed the situation and you saw that all of a sudden they did have now your gun that you keep loaded, and then I think that's pretty much game on then. Yeah. I mean, that would be tough. That'd be tough to say that you weren't in fear for your life when you knew they had your gun and it was loaded.
Well, if he's running off with it too.
To your point, Midnight, of somebody breaking into your house and all they're trying to do is steal a TV. Under West Virginia law, anybody who's breaking into your house is automatically considered a threat, and you have the right to defend your house and yourself from that threat. And
no, I agree.
You also cannot be sued in this state for discharging your firearm in a self-defense situation.
Hey,
Civilly,
Rich,
you mean?
Rich, you
Not
got
every place is.
Rich, you got the Castle Doctrine, right?
Yes, we have Castle Doctrine and Stand Your Ground.
Okay, we got Castle Doctrine, up here in Ohio, and Stand Your Ground might be vetoed, but I'm thinking it might pass. But yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody comes in your house that ain't supposed to be there, and you shoot them. Well, sorry about your luck.
It doesn't matter what they're breaking into your house to do. Under the law here, they are automatically a threat, and you can do whatever you need to defend yourself.
Rich, your Castle Doctrine applies to your car or your sister's house or any.
Your car, Stand Your Ground applies.
No, here in Ohio, the Castle Doctrine is if I go to my sister's house. Right. And we're sitting there and somebody comes in, the Castle Doctrine applies there.
Well, Castle Doctrine applies anywhere where you have a legal right to be and legally are entitled to have your firearm.
Yeah.
Now, Stand Your Ground is outside of any building. So that would also apply to your car, which Stand Your Ground essentially in this state is Castle Doctrine outside of where you live.
Right. Like I said, we're hoping to get that here. We do have the Castle Doctrine for the car, but the Stand Your Ground, and honestly, people better wake up and realize that gun control doesn't work, and the only way you're going to fight it is us law-abiding peeps that ain't doing nothing wrong and want to protect our own. See where I'm coming from?
Down in Gun Channel's cycles down there, it says he's saying Castle and Stand Your Ground still require an imminent threat to life, not just property. Yeah, I think I know Texas has a weird, it says life or property, I believe, or it used to. I don't know. And I threw the link down there, Cycle. If you're interested in jumping in, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, that's why I specifically stated under West Virginia law, anybody breaking into your house for any reason is considered to be a threat under the law.
Yeah.
As soon as they break in your front door, they are a threat to you, no matter what their purpose for doing it is.
I was going to say that.
Your TV, they are a threat to you under West Virginia law.
Let RL talk. I see Black Cat. Mr. RL.
What's up, Axis?
What's buddy? Hey, I got 2 black cats now. My old diabetic, and now I got a new black cat. So yeah, love the black cats. Born on Halloween, right? What's up, brother?
Not much. No, I was just going to reiterate kind of what Cycle Camp said. Midnight said it. The guy stealing a gun out of your car, are you afraid for your life? If you're in close enough proximity to him, you could be. But like in our state, I know that you can't shoot somebody over property. And most of the states in the country, you're not allowed to use deadly force to stop somebody from stealing property. So that's kind of the main question. Can you show that you were reasonably in fear for your life or the lives of other people around you?
Well, if somebody's stealing a loaded firearm from your vehicle and you know it's loaded, and you're walking up to them like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You see they have your loaded gun, and you know it's loaded. At that point, they are a threat to you and anybody else because they are being confronted for doing something that they're not supposed to be doing.
Depends on your state, though. Are they an imminent threat? I mean, is your life in danger?
I would say they're an imminent threat.
It doesn't matter
in that scenario, a loaded firearm, they're already breaking the law. Yeah, there are them.
Well, yeah, that's the way I would see it too. But is the jury going to see it that way if he gets
In this
sued? Or
state, yes.
and I was going to say, it's kind of hard to say if you were 100 feet away and see him stealing something out of your car. How did you know
Again, if
your
you see
gun?
him stealing out, okay, you see somebody stealing something out of your car, you going to confront them about it? That's going to mean that you're going to be moving closer towards them, and you notice that they have your handgun, and 100 feet isn't that far.
No, 100 feet isn't really that far, but you're still not really. How can I say it?
You're within handgun range at that point. That's just a little under 25 yards.
Evening cycle.
Hey, we got a cycle camp. Now we're going to learn something. Now we're going to get learnt.
Well, only until the alcohol takes effect.
Well, talk quick.
Drinking tonight. And the sound of silence.
Was that? Oh yeah, that wasn't. Yeah,
I don't have my headset set, but I can't.
No, that's cool.
Here's the other thing, though. Don't leave loaded guns in your car if they're not locked in somewhere.
True.
Yeah, there is that. But that wasn't asked in the scenario.
Okay, that's better. So yeah, the problem with Castle and Stand Your Ground is that in the vast majority of states, it still requires an imminent threat to life. You cannot, again, you cannot shoot somebody for stealing your TV. Though, and I understand that some states have a presupposition stance that if someone breaks into your home, then you are automatically in fear of your life. And that's sort of cool. You know, I don't have a real problem with that. But, the bottom line is the majority of states do not have that. The majority of states, even that have Castle Doctrine, there still has to be an imminent threat to life. And let's face it, that's the way it ought to be. I mean, people stealing stuff, you're not shooting people over your TV, you're not shooting people over your car. You're shooting people because you're afraid they're going to hurt you or kill you.
Well, I guess you don't live in Texas because people shoot people over property down there, and don't be a repo man in Texas because you might get shot.
Yeah, wasn't it Texas where the guy went out and shot somebody who was running away after breaking into his neighbor's house, and he got acquitted for it?
I do know that the film that I saw, like I said, I mentioned it earlier, that there was a repo man that went to try and repo this guy's truck, and he didn't go up and knock on the door, and he just climbed in, and this guy went, "Hey, who's that in my truck?" And he got his hunting rifle and shot the guy, and he was justified. Wow. He was justified, and because you can shoot people over property in Texas, and I'm like, interesting. Wow. So
that's the kind of stuff that's going to get the law changed too. I mean, things like enough people see something like that, the right people see something like that, or it happens a couple of times, they're going to be like, "This is crazy." This wasn't even somebody trying to steal it. This was a lawful.
Yeah, but the bad thing is he didn't go up and go, look, I got to tell you, I'm going to try and take your truck, and if the guy said, "No, you're not," and come to the door with a gun, he should go, "Okay." And then he goes to the law enforcement, and you know what I'm saying, he didn't even announce himself. He just tried to basically steal the truck.
The repo man.
I think that happens a lot. I think that's pretty common.
I don't want to be a repo man in Texas.
Yeah, the repo man should have known the law in Texas, and he should have known that he would have been required to let this guy know, "Hey, I'm repossessing your car." You can't. Repo men have been arrested for theft for not informing the person whose car or whatever it was they were repossessing that they were coming to do it because they seized it illegally. That is a thing that happens. Repo men can't just go and take whatever they're tasked with getting. They have to inform the person they're repossessing it from that they are coming to get it.
I think
It's
in
on the paperwork.
yeah, I think
All
it
I
happens
know
a
is
lot
that
more than people realize.
Yeah. All I know is Texas just went up like 3 or 4 notches in my list of states to escape Connecticut to.
And West Virginia is a good one too, Cyclone. You don't have to go as far.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the Carolinas, but the Carolinas have started passing some pretty screwed up laws too. So
Ohio's not bad other than where I live, and even Southern Ohio isn't the greatest when it comes to weather, but so far our gun laws are not bad. We're seeing some things go through the works, but yeah. I'm happy where I live because they ain't got stupid, and we have talked about if it does, we're moving. Yeah, come on. Won't be restricted.
You can just skip over here to PA. It's no big deal.
PA ain't that fabulous either.
Yeah,
could be a lot worse.
Well, you know,
we're surrounded by a bunch of bullshit.
You're not too far from being in a position where it's going to get a lot worse.
Actually, it's funny because Midnight, Black Cat, Rich, we're not that far apart when we really think about it. We're
no, it's not much.
Yeah.
Not in the scheme of how far things are in the U.S. If we were in Europe, we'd be so far apart it'd be unreal. But
yeah, because we're in states. Yeah.
Here
trying to remember if I had a
6-hour drive is just on the road over there. It's a couple countries over.
Trying to remember if I had to disarm myself in Ohio when I was driving through there or not. When I went to Arkansas the last time.
I don't remember who we have reciprocity. It's been a long time since I looked up the reciprocity with PA. I only ever really do it when we go somewhere, just so I can brush up on it. But
I'll tell you what, PA had the absolute best. I got my permit in PA because I camped down there occasionally, and it was literally 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
20 minutes and $20, and I had a laminated card in my hand.
Who needs a permission slip?
Well, see, the nice thing in PA, when you're an out-of-state resident, you can shop for counties that'll issue on the spot like that. But for a lot of the people in PA, you're stuck with the county you're in if you're a resident. Not all counties are that good.
Yeah, you don't want to be up in Philly.
Does PA have non-resident?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Yeah, I need to get one.
Like, technically, it's the same permit. They don't look at it as resident or non-resident. It's just a license to carry in PA. It doesn't say non-resident, I don't believe.
Southern PA, which do you think would be the best county? I know Allegheny probably isn't. Does Pittsburgh, but right.
Well, I got mine in the southeast corner. Hold on a minute. I'm pulling my permit out here.
Yeah, I would be looking at South Central.
New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. Here we go. I don't know if they have the issuing. I
don't think it says where it's issued.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell my wallet is.
Is that third?
It was in Northumberland.
Is this state police up there that you go to for your permit?
No, the sheriff.
Oh, it's the sheriff up there?
Yeah, it was great. I went to the courthouse. The sheriff had an office in the courthouse. It was like 15 minutes from the campground.
Yeah,
and me and my bike went over there, and literally I filled out like a 3-page form, and in less than 20 minutes, bingo, all done. But mine happened to be in Northumberland.
Right.
There's a county.
Northumberland. Yeah.
Does PA have reciprocation with Virginia?
Yeah, but not West Virginia, I don't think.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you did in West Virginia. We used to.
I was just going to say, I know that Ohio has reciprocity with Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Maryland.
I can do a hop, skip, and jump up to Bedford County, get the PA permit, and be covered in Virginia. I'm good because it's cheaper.
You got to be careful because some states have reciprocity with other states, but only if it's a resident permit.
I don't think it matters with Virginia. I think Virginia will accept it either way. Now, they could be changing because of the way their politics are going, but that's the way it was. And I know in Virginia, if I wanted, I could carry open. But I need to get a permit where I can carry there.
I mean, I know some people had their issues with national reciprocity, but if it was a system that if it could be figured out right, that'd be so nice to just be able to travel and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to worry about a permit anywhere because the National Reciprocity Bill, the way it was written, if you were from a constitutional carry state, your ID showing that you lived in one of the constitutional carry states was your permit.
Hey, you know what I do for a living? Try keeping track of all that shit.
Yeah.
You driving now, LR?
I'm on my way into work. I'm going in early so I can maybe get some hunting in later this morning.
So you're in your personal vehicle? You're not in your big truck yet?
No, I'm in my personal vehicle.
Be safe out there, man. You know me. We the same. We professional drivers, right?
Oh yes, I'm very professional.
Hey, I got a question.
That's why you're driving that little 4-banger.
Yeah, well, he's got a CDL, and so do I, and yeah.
I got a question for you, for all you guys. Anybody know of a good holster for Smith & Wesson end frame, specifically a 627?
Outside the waistband?
Yeah, I was just gonna say inside out.
I'd check out Simply Rugged Holsters.
Because I'm trying to figure out what holster I want to get for this thing. My 627.
How big?
It's a 4-inch.
4-inch, 6. Let's see.
I think Winthrop has one for the end frame also.
If DeSantis has a pretty decent one, but they don't have them in stock right now.
Well, that's too bad. I like their holsters. I use a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, they have the one that has the thumb snap, but they don't have the one that doesn't. The one that doesn't have that is back ordered.
Yeah, I have a DeSantis holster for the money. For the money, if you're looking for entry level holsters that are fairly well built, DeSantis does a good job. I have the dual carry for mine. They can carry it inside the waistband or on the hip or on the belt.
Yeah,
it's not awesome.
Yeah,
it's not awesome, but for me, I think it was like $30 or something. It's, not bad.
Yeah, that looks similar to the one DeSantis had. What do you got in there, a J frame?
No, I got a GP100.
Okay. I couldn't tell. I saw it was a hammer sticking out. I saw a grip and a hammer.
That gun has a really weird looking slide.
What? Cycle, put your glasses back on.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to go grab my 627 real quick.
I'm wearing my glasses, and I still can't figure out what's going on, so, okay. Oh, hey, I saw a revolver.
But you got a Gibson in your picture. What more do you want?
Well, it's kind of a Gibson, yeah.
Oh, he was looking for...
Like my Gibson work-alike that I also have?
Oh, you play guitar?
I got an Agile 3100 that looks just like that.
So you're a musician, too?
I don't play very well. I sing real well, but I don't play very well.
Do you like to play? Do you enjoy playing? Oh, gun porn. I'm still talking music.
Yeah, I have 23 guitars, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for a holster for right here.
We were talking guitars, and now we're talking guns again.
Yeah, hey, cool. It's a great conversation.
Look at my logo. Look at my logo.
Yeah, there you go.
Listen, Pro Series 627, 8-round, 357 Magnum.
That's an end frame?
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yep, all the
what
model 27.
Huh?
What's the chambering? 357, 44?
Yes, 357. It's an 8-shot 357. And look at this trigger in single action.
Yeah, the reset. Oh yeah.
And the double action too. Double action is like
butter.
A double action on a This is like the double action on this is like pulling double action on a striker fire pistol. It is
wow.
not heavy at all.
Butter.
Yeah.
8 rounds of 357. That's a pretty awesome weapon.
Yeah, there is no grit to this trigger whatsoever.
Beautiful.
I took a really nice deer in 1993. That'll date me with a 357 6-inch. Yeah.
Yeah, my first deer, I've told the story before, I don't know if you've heard it or not. The first deer I got was with a Model 66.
Smith & Wesson?
Yeah, with a 4-inch barrel. I'm up, my stepfather and I were up deer hunting. We each had a tree they were about 100 yards apart. And they were the type of tree where the branches come out and forms like a natural pillar in the middle, right? So I'm up in one tree, about 20 feet up off the ground, maybe a little higher. My stepfather, Satan, he's about that high up. And the branches of the tree, the way they went, they formed like a natural, almost like staircase, right? That you had climb up to get into the tree. So we're both up in our trees, and I hear this scratching sound, like I'm thinking maybe there's a squirrel scratching on the tree or something. So I ignore it. It keeps going on. I'm trying to figure what the hell is scratching this tree, right? I look down. There's a fucking 8-point buck scratching the shit out of himself on this tree. I don't know if he was itchy or what it was, but the only thing I could think is there was a blind spot, right, where neither my stepfather or I could see it. This deer had to come up this blind spot and walk up underneath my tree. And I'm like 20, 25 feet up in the air, so I'm guessing he couldn't smell me up there. So I'm up there. I'm trying to swing my rifle around, right? Because I had a Henry lever gun in 30-30. I'm not Henry, Marlin, excuse me. I was just looking at Henry's earlier, so I got Henry on the brain. I'm trying to swing this around, and I couldn't do it because of the way the tree was positioned. So I carefully sit the rifle aside because there was enough room up in the tree where I had I could keep like a little cooler and shit up there, right? So I'd sit the rifle aside, pull my sidearm, carefully pull that hammer back into single action and while covering the hammer to try and keep it quiet.
357? Yeah.
So the deer can't hear the click, but that thing was making so much noise, I don't know if it would have anyway. So I get down, I'm able to pull get where I pull the trigger, boom, right down through the back of his neck, severed the spinal column. He fell like a rock.
Yeah, he
Next
just laid
thing
there.
I know, my stepfather's yelling over, "What the freaking hell are you firing off that 357 for?" I just looked at him and pointed straight down.
You know something, Rich? I have had so much goofy crap happen like that to me. I'd be like, really? Is this really? What are you doing down there? What? Oh, look, they just walked right in front of me and I'm sitting up here in the tree. Yeah, it's funny. No, the deer I got in 93 was a 10-point buck with a 6-inch Taurus 357, and it was 75 yards away. And yeah, it tasted
What
good.
the hell was the hold up on that one? What, do you have to hold up about 2 feet above them?
Actually, I sighted in. I was shooting 158 grain. My loads 158 grain Hornady XTPs, and
that's kind of flat. Yeah,
I sighted in at 50 yards, and they were dead on at 50 yards. I knew the trajectory at 25 yards, and and I did it with open sights, but I can say I cheated because somebody had put a ladder against this tree. An old wooden ladder against this tree. I don't know how long it had been there, but when that deer crossed the fence line, I just kind of stood up and rested on the rung of the ladder, and I went, "Oh well, this is not that hard, and I'll aim easy." And yeah, it worked. But I only had to aim about 3 inches high, not really even 3 inches high. But yeah, 357, especially out of a longer barrel, you can reach out a lot farther than you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize it because, like G-Webs is one of them. He didn't realize this. 357 was developed for big game hunting in the United States. People have taken bear with 357 rounds. Was it, I'm trying to remember. I think it was my show a few weeks ago. We were talking about David Bowling. It was right when David Bowling had bought his 357 Taurus, and he was asking us what rifle that he could get. And well, you were there, Black Hat, right? You were in the chat still at this point. You might not be there, but yeah, when we were suggesting to him that he get a 357 lever gun, and G-Web was like, "You can take a deer with a 357." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did it with a pistol. This is the thing. If you load for a rifle, you definitely, if you do your own loads, and this is one of the things that I preach to everyone. If you don't reload, learn how and do enough of it to know how to do it. If you do your loads for your lever gun, you can definitely load them a little hotter. And if you know what you're doing, you can load 38 special cases with rifle bullets of 35 caliber, which is 357, 35 caliber. I got a buddy of mine that used to shoot like paper plates, small paper plates at 200 yards with a 357 revolver with rifle bullets. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, take a deer with a 357. Well, yeah, really?
I was when I did it, I was using 158 grain Federal. I forget which tip I was using, but this was years and years ago. But yeah, I was using Federal 158 grain, and just went straight down, severed the spinal column, and had maybe a baseball size exit wound.
Just remember this, that many a deer in North America have been killed with a 22 long rifle.
Oh yeah, my dad used to jack him with a 22 mag.
Yeah, my father-in-law would do it with a 22 long rifle. He would use a it was a Marlin 60, I believe, that he would use.
Yeah, I had to shoot him, but you could do it.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Me, you, a deer, or whatever animal around here, if you put a 22 through our rib cage somewhere in there,
oh, it's gonna tear people. It's gonna tear your insides apart because they get in there and they ricochet. That's why
I'm just saying that any animal, people underestimate the 22. It's not going to drop you right away, but man, if it goes in through your ribs and chews something up, you're not going far.
The worst gunshot wounds, and numerous people who work in ERs have said this, that they've seen come into the different various emergency rooms around the country, are from 22s. Because like I said, they get in your rib cage or an animal's rib cage, and they will ricochet off the bone, and you will get multiple holes through your internal organs from a 22 round if it gets inside your rib cage. They can be really nasty.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, 22. I don't want to get shot by a BB. Wait a minute. I got shot by a BB several times when I was younger.
I've been shot many times by BBs and pellets. So.
Yeah. We played the same games when we were kids, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. And we were in junior RTC doing with CO2 powered pistols. So, wearing extra thick, like sweatshirts underneath our BDUs and stuff.
Yeah. We always said, we had to pump BB guns. That was more than 2 pumps. What the hell?
Yeah. Well,
paintballs for wimps.
Kids will be kids.
Goddamn old kids.
Yeah, get off my lawn. Boom. All right. So I think we ran through quite a few topics here. I'm going to shut it down. Getting kind of tired. I got to get to sleep. So thanks for everybody watching. Let's run through the room here. Let's see if anybody has anything upcoming. Armament and Axes, you got anything going on? You got anything coming up?
Yeah. Like I said, happened on a whim that Sticker Mule sent me an email, and I'm like, oh, really? These stickers? So we're gonna have some stickers going. Did some videoing today. My brother Derek, my channel partner, he's now reloading, and we shot some of his reloads today, and they did pretty good. I don't really want to do this, but I gotta do it. We interviewed Fort Scott Munitions, and we asked for a box of ammo, and they didn't shoot good. And that's all I'm gonna say. They just they didn't shoot that good. And honestly, we had this awesome production going of, and Derek's reload, my brother's channel's reloads that's just started reloading shot 5 times better than those loads. And I'm like, for $40 a box, I'm thinking, yeah, I don't care. Oh, your bullet tumbles upon impact. Well, if I don't hit my target, what the hell good is it? And I'm talking 2.5 hands size at 100 yards. So I'm probably going to get shunned by, Fort Scott now, but honestly, I want to get a hold of Robbie and go, dude, really? We're not going to put a video out because it was this bad, and we're going to send you the video and go, look, this rifle shoots like I can put a quarter over 10 shots at 100 yards with cheap ammo, and your ammo shot 8-9 inch groups at 100 yards. Really, that's unacceptable. So, and honestly, I was talking with Derek today. We went out and filmed and did some shit, and I'm like, we got to get a hold of Rob and go, dude, really? Yeah. I don't want to put a video out going, this isn't good.
Well, you never know. You might give them a call, and they might let you know, like, yeah, we've had other people say something. Maybe something's out of spec. Maybe something. Who knows?
Yeah, well, they did send us some 9mm ammo, but I don't want to badmouth anybody. And you're right, something out of spec. And I don't want to badmouth anybody. And I went, well, I guess we're not going to say anything. But yeah, we're going to get a hold of them and hopefully see if we can work this out, right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I've shot reloads, and I've, from my test loads. And I mean, I've had test loads that were, 2 grains off, 2 full grains off. And they're still only, that group is still only like 3 inches. So for you to be that far off that's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Axis, what was the bullet weight? Was it like a substantially different bullet weight than what you're normally using?
No, it was I think it was 126 or 124, and we were normally shooting 129, so it was really close. But at 100 yards, out of any decent rifle, at 100 yards, now not talking open sights, I'm talking optic, sighted in, at 100 yards, should you not be able to shoot a 2-inch group or better?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on the bench, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I shoot a better than 2-inch with my AK.
Yeah, dude, I got one that shoots that good too. That's the point.
I got crappy milsurps that'll hit a 3-inch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my SKS I can do 2.5, 3 inches.
I'll tell you what, my with my reloads, with my hand loads, my 8mm, my Mauser. Well, it's not a Mauser; it's an 8mm Mauser, but it's not technically a Mauser. When I had a rear scope mount or a rear sight mount put on, and I had a cheap long eye relief scope from AIM, which is like $30 or something like that. God, I think I was shooting .6 at 0.6, no, 0.54. It was my best group at 50 yards, but that was a 7-power scope. That was a really crappy scope too. So I mean,
0.54 is a half, little over half.
yeah. So it's like almost 1 MOA with the crappiest scope in the history of scopes, scout mounted. You know, like there's no way that you shouldn't be able to shoot 2 MOA with damn near anything on the market.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, we had high hopes for this ammo, and I shouldn't even be saying anything because I don't want to badmouth anybody. It's like I just, oh my God,
See what they say. Call them. See what they say.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because it's like, you
just got a bad batch. I mean,
maybe. Their biggest thing is the tumble upon impact bullet, hits the target and tumbles called it. But
maybe it's tumbling before it hits the target. Ask them that.
No, well, it's not because it doesn't leave, keyhole.
Yeah.
But that's the point. I'm like, I guess we got to get a hold of them and go, dude, this didn't work the way we planned. And we did. We had video. We had, cameras and set up, and it was like good production going. And we're like, this ammo sucks. I mean, halfway through our thing, it was like, this ammo sucks. We shooting a group the size of a, muskmelon or bigger. What the hell? Yeah.
No. Give them a call, see what they say.
Yeah, you might have had bad luck with their ammo, but but their steel tumblers work great.
I like I said, man, I don't want to badmouth anybody. I
don't know if you guys can see the logo on that or not. It is the Fort Scott tumbler.
I have a Fort Scott patch for my hat.
I have the tumbler, and I have one couple of their lanyards actually. So.
Oh, I actually have 2 of their lanyards too. Like I said, man, I don't want to badmouth them. I'm just like, dude, is this what? Whoa. And I honestly want to work with them and go, guys, what?
I don't know who makes their tumbler, but I have put ice water in that with ice, and take the bed with me so I have something to drink. And in the morning, that cup still had freaking ice in it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. Literally,
the cheapos. That does. It's not a Yeti, but usually the cheapos, they don't keep stuff cold as long as what a Yeti would. This thing will. So.
Yeti, why they work so good? They got copper in them. The Yeti mugs, there's copper, and copper's this great conductive of heat, and anyway.
About 6 o'clock, right before I went on with my show, rather, I went and I made myself a big cup of hot Earl Grey in it, and I was just finishing off that cup about the time you went on the air, and it was still hot. So.
Cool. Black Cat, what's up? Anything going on in your channel? Are you going live anytime soon? Maybe not. We can come back to you. You don't want to talk to us? We didn't want to talk to you anyway. Cycle Camp, what's going on? Anything new?
Yeah, I went to Woolarock when I was out in Tulsa the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about an hour away. And it's a great place. And they got a great collection of Colts. I mean, they have other firearms too, but they have a whole room with nothing but Colt. Cool. And all the way from the beginning when he was Patton Arms. So, and it's a wildlife preserve, and it's got, other stuff. It's a little like J.M. Davis in that regard. It's got a lot of other junk. So I'm just actually The movie is rendering. Excuse me. The movie is rendering right now on my other machine, so I'll be putting that up in another day or so. And I found a hand for my Webley.
Cool.
So now I have bullets and I have a hand. So I'll have to tear the gun apart and put it together and get ready for that. And I still have to do the video on the 2 rifles I bought when I was at Tulsa.
Awesome.
So
are you going back in April cycle?
I'm thinking about it. I probably won't drive though.
Yeah, my wife and I are planning to go this time. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go back I'm going back to the same hotel. I really like that hotel. And it's just so convenient. You know, you're like, 14, 15 minutes away from the show, and you're only 20, 25 minutes away from JM Davis if you want to go.
Yeah, we're probably going to drive out. So if you need a ride or anything.
Oh, God,
We
did that. We did that already.
Yeah, that's if my wife.
Freaking hours. Enough of that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not in Connecticut. I don't got. I mean, relatively speaking, I mean it's like what? Not that far to Connecticut from here, but still.
Well, part of that was because we dropped in to get John Z.
Yeah,
and that was in addition to the $40 it costs in tolls in and out. It was tough because he lives in like a Manhattan. I mean, you're really in the guts of New York at that point in time.
Yeah.
Which is too bad. We really enjoyed the trip.
I could have went in April. You know what happened? I don't know if you've heard the story, but I know these other guys here have. My wife was like, "Yeah, okay." I told her I want to go. I could probably find a way to get there and everything because I was actually going to see if you would have had room. I could have because I would have been on your way, right? You could have came down 95, hit 70 to 68. Come, I could have met you like in Cumberland. You could have went from there to 79 and down. You know what I mean? And anyway, I'm talking to my, she's like, "No, I don't know if you should go without me and everything, right?" So I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Because Matt was going to, before Matt took his son, he was like, "If anybody needs a room," and I was like, okay. So I probably was going to end up sharing the room with Matt, but then he ended up taking his son because nobody spoke up because my wife's like, "No, I don't know if you should go without me." So the day before the damn gun show, oh, it's okay if you would have went.
A little passive aggressive there. I love it.
Like I was pissed.
Well, if you're gonna go, April's the time to go. But I'll tell you what, November was nice because it wasn't quite as busy.
Right.
And I really did. I mean, I got through the entire place in one day. Power walking it because I was looking for a specific rifles and I knew what the muzzles looked like and I knew what the actions looked like. So I was just like, if a table didn't have any long guns on it, I just blew right by it. But it was a little bit of walking.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Rich, 4 words. I'm glad I'm single.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Rich, you did your show tonight. Anything else planned for this week, or are you spent?
Oh man, I'll probably be on Night Strike show on Tuesday, and Sarge is going to be having his show Thursday. So, and then Gun Snob will have his show Saturday, and then we'll be back to Sunday again. So,
That's true. We'll be back right here.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to go in April, if you're going to go by yourself, I will make sure to get a room with like 2 double beds in it, and you'll have a place to stay.
All right.
And you guys,
I will probably end up flying down like I did the last time.
Yeah, if my wife has to work, because she's trying to get her vacation that weekend, if she does, we're going to be driving down. If not, I'm going to have to fly down too.
Yeah. Well, let me know which way you swing it, and I will. But I stay at that Spring Hill Suites Marriott, and it ain't the cheapest place in the world, but it's just so well located that it's just a really nice place to go.
Right.
You're 15 minutes from the airport. You're 14 minutes away from the show. You're only, 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from Claremore. I was an hour away from Woolaroc. I mean, it's just, and the road itself, There's nothing on that street that you can't find. Oh, and I found a great Irish bar that's only like 3 blocks up and 2 blocks over. So, go out there and have Guinness and, decent scotch.
Yeah. And we all heard your Elvis impression.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, you didn't do bad. You were better than you were much better than the other guys. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Abe, you up for an outro tonight?
Well, we'll be finding that out very quickly. All right. So, ladies, gentlemen, and Jonases of all ages, thank you for watching Midnight Range TM's The Closer. Be sure to check out gunchannels.com for more Pro 2A content. And if this rambling train wreck of a show hasn't put you off anything, you can go over to Gear Website's YouTube channel. They're still doing the van chat right now. But if not, we'll be back at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, maybe with the early watch. Maybe. Inhale. Breathe. Inhale. But gunchannels.com will have open lobbies throughout the day. So keep an ear out for Black Cat Outdoors, Lunchbox, and Litter Time chats. Our gunchannels.com Monday night programming at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Clover Tax MOA Monday and Hawaii Volcano Squads Locked and Loaded. At 9 p.m. Eastern, it's Never Enough Ammo, a.k.a. Mr. Matt's Guns and Geeks podcast, The Weekend Geek. 11 p.m. Eastern, it's the Outlaw Hatfield's Monday Night Shootout. And every weeknight at midnight Eastern, it's the newly retooled Daily Gun Show. Remember to be on the lookout for Ellis the Degenerates, a.k.a. the Outlaw Hatfield's late night and sometimes early morning hangouts. Also check out guntube.org as a free unrestricted Pro 2A video platform. If you like what you see, go over to Patreon and help them support the video platform. Check out 247gunshow.com. It's free to sell for gunchannels.com members, and anyone can buy. For cool 2A swag like you see here, go over to gearwebsites.com. And remember, a hot dog is a sandwich, a Slim Jim is a candy bar, and keep your guns oiled and your chambers loaded.
That's right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. We'd still got 23 viewers out there. That's awesome. Stevie Wonder says radio voice. Yeah, he got that. That's why he do that. That's why he got that gig. I pay him exactly nothing.
Yes, because I'm the discount John Z.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
John doesn't get paid either, so.
Yeah.
And John doesn't show up anymore, so that makes it even worse.
I say every once in a while. He was here.
Every
he was
once
here
in a
last
while
week.
you start talking about certain sandwiches or certain biological functions, he'll show up on Ellis's early morning chats.
Yeah, every now and again. So thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Thanks for spending some time with us. Rob is saying, where's the van chat? That's on gun websites, right?
Actually, it's over on gear websites.
Yeah, I was going to say
gear websites. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gear websites.
Yeah. So.
And if you go over to gunchannels.com, you can be in the extra cool kids chat for the van chat.
That's right. So say hi to G for me. Tell him I'm sorry I quarked him again. He hates me. Until next time, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
Slim Jim is candy.
Hold my balls.
Cheese balls.